No.
Hello? No.
Artie's on.
Hello?
Robin's on.
You're not on? Power's still out on your mic? He has no mic. I can't believe it.
People are rushing in.
I think he's talking, but nobody can hear him.
Here's baseball legend Tommy Lasorda yelling at reporters.
Okay, that's a we had more scoring opportunities to win that mother game, and I'll tell you, that suckers get away with that that mother. That long enough for you, Joe? I don't give a lucky mother. Get by with that. There, put that in your paper, DJ. Every word I said, put in a mother paper. I don't give a DJ. How do you spell? Put that in that mother paper you work for. What the is the name of that paper, TJ?
Tommy, what was your opinion of
Get the out of here, Joe.
No, I'm serious.
I'm serious, too. Get the out of here. I don't want to talk to you.
The Howard Stern Show.
I'm an actor. You have to write this shit for me. So this is Sarah Michelle Gellar, and I just got to sit down with Howard for my first time in New York City. My heart is beating a lot slower now that it's over, but he was very, very kind, and I had a great time.
Yeah. All right. Good morning, everybody. Boy, does this microphone smell? It's new, huh? I know. It smells like new. It smells like glue. I want to go home. I was hoping you couldn't fix it. Hate the way this sounds.
I was going to say, it sounds
horrible.
terrible.
Let me try this one. Check, check, check. Hello? Hello? Testing, testing. 1, 2. 1, 2.
1, 2.
Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2.
Testing, testing. 1, 2. Now, we are now testing this out for proper modulation. As you will know, when you record, the proper modulation that is required is for the electric eye, which is a green type of tube, will open and close as we record. Now I will play this back to hear the quality whether this is operating. Thank you.
Thank you.
So he didn't know if his mic was working either.
You hear the hum?
Yeah.
Like you would think we were in a blackout situation.
Yeah.
Scott swears to me he tested it out 3 times this morning.
Thank you.
It worked fine. You hear the hum?
There's all kinds of things on there. It's flanging. There's a hum.
Let me try this one again. Is that better? I just want to go home.
I don't know.
Not in the mood for
that
this.
has another kind of noise on it.
Yeah, what is the weird noise on this one? All right. What is that? What is that horrible sound behind me?
Is that there's a machine noise in there?
I think it's like fans or something, like AC.
How come I can't hear you?
Don't know.
Well, you got to learn to talk on the microphone. It's been 20 years now you've been on the air.
I think
There's nothing wrong with your mic, except we just can't hear you.
Let's focus on yours first.
Yeah, well, yours is working.
Yeah, but I think it's AC or some sort of like, that's what it sounds like, those motors.
What is that, air conditioning that I'm hearing?
Or an equipment fan or a light fan.
What is that?
Did it go away?
Yeah. What was that?
It's a light or a camera or something.
A camera.
Light?
You tested this microphone how many times? 4 times, you said?
Thank you.
Now I'm all thrown off. What?
Howard, I was here Friday. We checked everything after the power came up. Went over everything. And when I came in again, I went over everything twice this morning. I found some problems, and I corrected them, and everything was working.
All right. Not my mic. The one mic that we need to work because I have to work the equipment. See?
I did check yours.
Yeah. No, you didn't. I don't believe you.
There's no way. How could it just stop working?
I know you didn't check it.
Okay.
I'm wise to you. I'm wise to you. You're busy recording.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Recording your son's group.
That's right.
Those mics are working.
Those mics are working.
They were fine, yeah.
Yeah, all right. All right, thank you, Scott. Thank you for nothing.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
I thought his head was going to explode.
Where's Richie Herbie, the great engineer? Where is he? Can he fix it?
Richie's on vacation now.
So who's the engineer in charge?
Eli.
Where's Eli?
Eli's probably home.
Eli knows how to fix this?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, all I know is I was driving around on Long Island yesterday.
Yes.
You can't even pick up the station. It fades in and out. Man, they better get some help.
Were you way out on Long
you were
Island?
way
It
out.
was supposed, not supposed to reach that
I wasn't
far.
way out. I'm talking about I was already in Nassau County. I couldn't pick it up.
Get it?
I mean, I pick it up, then it would drop out. And so someone from the radio station ought to drive around on Long Island and
See what it sounds like.
Yeah, like someone ought to listen to it. That's my bit of advice. Actually listen to the station. Because I'm telling you, there are problems.
And determine if they're getting the coverage they're supposed to get?
Yeah. Something's up.
What happened with the station on Thursday? Did it go off the air for a while?
We were... Hello? Oh, I can't hear I can't hear myself.
Scott, you're on the air.
I'm a victim of my own. We were off for like...
I got to tell you, I already have a headache from this. Because I sound weird and the whole thing sounds weird.
There is something very strange about it.
I'll show you what's strange. Here, watch. You hear that?
Yeah.
All right, anyway. Yeah. So what happened Thursday during the blackout?
I think we were off for like an hour or an hour and a half.
Yeah,
really?
When it first happened, I tried to tune in K-Rock to see if it was on. It was not on.
No, so they had to go over and broadcast from CBS FM. Because they have a generator and they have our auxiliary transmitter in that building, in the Viacom building.
Yeah.
So they were broadcasting out of there until Friday.
Why does CBS FM have it, not us? I mean, like, why don't we have our own auxiliary transmitter? Like what?
Well, it's in that building. That's where our emergency backup is. So they have a generator that runs the studios and the transmitter, and it's for CBS FM.
So why don't we have a generator here?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think they allow us to put one in this building.
Oh, they don't. That was wise.
That was a good idea to be in this building.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It was wise to be here.
They were broadcasting out of there all day with no commercials. Commercial free.
When we were over there, did we have Echo like Cousin Brucey? We did?
Dead Air Day was on all night. And
Echo.
Echoing?
No, it's not going to work because your mic is... Here, wait.
Oh, that's okay. I don't care anymore.
The Echo doesn't work.
Let me hit this button so it won't...
Here. There you go. This way I can do my Cousin Brucey. So,
Dead Air Day was all night in a tunnel.
I heard Dead Air Day was talking all through our best of.
Well, here's the reason.
I told him not to.
Here's the reason.
What do you mean he was talking?
I don't know. I don't need him talking. See, bad enough he ruins my show every day. Why is he going to start talking during my best of?
CBS FM has no carts.
Yeah.
They don't use cart machines anymore.
Right. No one does except us.
No, right, exactly. So he was over there and he took best of on CD. And to segue from one to the other, he couldn't just go. He had to talk in between to get the things queued up.
I don't even know what you just said.
Yeah, what does that got to do with cart machines?
He was giving updates during the blackout anyway, so he was talking in between segments.
Because everyone was tuning into us for updates.
Yeah, that's where you go.
Right.
Dead Air Dave wants to say something. Go ahead, Dead Air.
Well, it was
Your mic don't work either. Trust me.
How does that happen?
Wait, let me see if yours will work. Wait, here, try it now. Yours doesn't work either.
You checked everything, didn't you, Scott?
We know what it is?
Go ahead now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, look at that.
Look at this. Just do this. I got to figure that. It's like the Matrix.
Smack it around.
Sorry.
You're doing it, too.
Yeah, well, I was told. Tom told me to go on and,
Tom.
It was a crisis situation. You got to do some sort of update.
I heard Tom stayed with the radio station Thursday night. He slept here.
Well, that was a help, I'm sure.
I slept here. I heard it was him, Richie Herbie, the engineer, and an intern. All slept here and hung out at the radio station. And Richie Herbie started yelling that the intern was sleeping, and it made him angry.
Why is he sleeping on the couch?
And I was like, well, he's sleeping because he didn't get paid.
He works for free.
Yeah, you work.
But somebody has to keep the station on the air. Even though we're not on the air.
So, well, who could pick up the station anyway?
Yeah, what I was saying was only local. You don't have to worry about being on your whole network.
Well, somebody told me that Tom was, like, staring at the wall. Like they caught him. He was in a room at one point just staring at a wall.
Well, there wasn't much he could do.
Yeah, I mean, there
that
was
his contribution. So why did he come?
He just stared at the wall.
Well, he was here. He stayed here. He never went home.
I never went down with the ship.
Tell you, he ran up and down 14 flights about 6 times during the day.
Why?
On Friday. He did errands. He went to get us food, and he
Wow.
Yeah.
He was busy.
By the end of the day, he looked like he was totally worn out.
Here's our intern who slept here. How'd you get
yelled at?
How'd you get roped into that?
Well, basically, I didn't want to walk home. Like, I didn't know where I'd go if I crossed the 59th Street Bridge, so...
How come his mic sounds so bad? Like, what's going on, Scott? Do you know anything about it?
He's going to get a little closer.
Yeah, all right, but it's still bad.
I think we're still in a crisis situation.
This is Jim, the intern, by the way. Yeah, Jim, go ahead. You were saying.
No, basically, I just, I don't want to cross the bridge because I didn't know how to get home. So I basically just stayed here. I'm like, it's safe. There's a couch. I'm going to sleep here.
You stayed with Tom?
Well, Tom stayed in his office. He was trying to get your best of on the air all night, but it was me on the red couch in your green room, and then Richie, who was kind of pissed that I was sleeping.
Why is he pissed?
He was like, this kid gets to sleep, and I got to be ready for the show to get back on the air in the morning. So
yeah, but...
Dude, what do you want me to do?
I'm sure.
Yeah, is he going to pay you?
I'm sure he's kidding.
I know, he kept on saying, like, I got to be on a cruise ship on Sunday. What am I going to do? I'm like, what do you want me to do? Help you? I'm not an engineer.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do? I'm an intern.
Dude, what do you want me to do?
If you got
Really?
a
I was like-
generator with a bicycle, you'll pedal.
You should have
Other
said,
than that.
hey, you guys want to start paying me? I'll stay awake, too.
Yeah. I don't want to be like a dick, but I was like, what is this guy talking about? It's like, you know,
no one knows what Richie's talking about.
All right.
He's got his problems. He's got to be on a cruise.
And Tom stayed in his office. That was his house.
Yeah. Well, he was helping to get your show on the air, too, but he was...
How?
I don't know exactly.
Hello, Wall.
Hello, Wall. What do you think about this bit for Best Of? Do you think they will like it? Is it too saucy?
Did Tom invite you into his office to stare at the wall with him?
No, he didn't.
Come on, Tim. Talk to the wall. Talk to the wall.
It's Jim.
Jim.
Not Tim.
Jim, please.
I'm sorry, Jim.
Jim.
It's all right. It's all right, Tom.
Let me introduce you to the wall. Wall Jim. Jim Wall.
I know what some of Tom's duties were. One of the female interns told me that he walked her down the 14 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
Wow. He walked her down the stairs?
Sorry.
He walked down chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get me a
You're on your own, Jim. He worked out the cute ones, not the fat ones.
I want you to know I don't masturbate.
Well, I made a joke.
Now step into this dark corner.
What?
I made a joke to Tom, and I guess I almost got in trouble. I was talking about how Anne-Marie sometimes gives us some of the glom to look through.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, me and Lauren, we take all the porn, you know, we go back and we sell it on eBay. And I think he thought I was, like, serious, and he, like, kind of cocked his head up and looked at me. And the next morning, Mike Pierre came in. He's like, I hope you know you got yourself and that chick intern busted.
Oh,
so I was like, so I walked in there. I was like, Tom, I hope you know I was totally kidding around about the
story I heard is she had a whole bag full of porn.
No, I said that, yeah, me and her, we're going to take our bags full of porn and just head out and sell.
What's wrong with that?
I was joking around.
Well, I think Tom's upset. I don't think he cares that they take the porn. I think he's upset if they're selling it on eBay.
Yeah, I think it's great if they're selling it on eBay. Why shouldn't they?
care what they do with it? It's theirs at that point.
Micromanaging.
It's capitalism.
You cannot sell that on eBay. That is free materials. Sent out promotional materials. You will see on the tapes it says not for resale. We could get in a lot of trouble. Just shut up. Just shut up with your rules.
I can't get internet service this morning, but, you know, they're chasing him down to make sure he's not on eBay.
Yeah, meanwhile, we have no internet here.
Right.
See,
it's ludicrous.
I had a thought about this, and John and I were just talking about this. There was this major disaster that happened, you know, on Thursday and Friday. So this is the #1 morning show, plus it's on in 50 cities.
Yeah.
You would think that there would be a team of people here this morning to make sure everything's working correctly, engineering-wise and internet-wise and all that stuff, because this is the first thing that's going to happen on the station.
The chief engineer's on
Even
vacation.
though it's all been checked. It's your morning show.
Okay, I know they were here over the weekend.
Yeah.
Right, okay, and I know Friday when we left, everything was working. So I don't know what happened between yesterday and today.
Here's my thought. Everything worked for Dead Air Dave's show. Nothing works for Howard Stern.
Right. So I'm here. I got a microphone that sucks. The show sounds like crap.
Nobody can get on Lotus Notes or the internet or research anything.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Oh, we're completely down here. And the crisis is over.
Except for us.
Yeah.
There's still a crisis in here.
And whoever's going to come in to fix it.
I got this phone service I use that forwards all my calls to wherever I am. I have one number. I won't give out the name of it because I don't even want them to know I use it.
Right.
I still don't have my phone number. It's like you pay like $500 a month for this service.
Wow.
And they still...
You're not up and running.
Yeah, and they'll charge you full, you know. I got to get rid of it. I'm so pissed off at them. A whole weekend of this crap.
$500 a month.
$500 a month for the service, and they can't get their ass out of bed over the weekend to fix it.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What, are they affiliated with this station?
Yeah. And we have the weirdest radio station. I mean, the microphones don't work, nothing works. Nobody cares. Everyone's on vacation. Bring over another chief engineer from another station to be here, to sit here and make sure it works. Tom doesn't know how to run a goddamn thing. He's a disaster.
He stayed here all weekend to make sure nothing worked.
I asked the wall. He said everything was fine.
All Tom had to do is make clear that we need an engineer here pronto to make sure things are running Monday morning because we've had a power outage. He wouldn't do that. He's stupid. You know, maybe we'll paint the walls eggshell white. With the new carpet, it looks bad.
Would you like that wall?
I mean, Scott's scrambling around trying to figure out how to fix the mic this morning during the commercials. He doesn't even know how to fix a mic.
Howard,
what?
I'm telling you, I swear to God, I checked Friday. I checked this morning. I went over. I did find problems this morning that I...
Of course. The phones going to be problems.
The phones weren't working.
Of course.
I got that working. And then I went over everything twice this morning.
But that's why Gary's saying there should have been a team of people here because on Friday, that just because everything worked doesn't mean everybody gets on their cruise ship and sails off.
You know what?
But I was here helping the interns down the stairs. Don't you understand?
I brought up food, 14 flights.
Tom's the master of overkill. He'll be proud of himself for staying here all weekend, but doing nothing.
Right, doing the most menial of tasks.
I'd rather he went home and figured out how to make a few phone calls and get things rolling.
He was here to bring in food and walk down interns.
I will bring in food. I'll do a food run.
Girl intern.
That's our general manager.
He's getting food.
I am a waiter.
How about giving the intern $500 to go get the food run and figure out how to run the station?
Do you see that in a crisis he becomes what he really should be?
Yeah, a waiter. And during the crisis, Tom became a waiter.
May I take your order, sir?
How about giving the intern a flamethrower and some alcohol and let him clean the bathroom?
No.
Do something in there.
Well, it's funny because I spoke to Tom's wife on Friday morning, and Tom and his wife were in the city Thursday afternoon. She made it home, but Tom chose to stay with the ship.
Right. I had to stay here, whole wheat or white, Robin.
I'm taking orders.
Did you want that toasted?
I'm walking Tanya, the intern, down. I'll get right on that.
Yeah. Boy, I'm so sick of reading in the newspaper how New Yorkers really behaved well during the blackout. You're supposed to behave well, to quote Chris Rock.
Well, yeah, now we're congratulating people for doing the thing they should do.
Well, you know what that is. It's like, hey, guess what? Our black people didn't loot.
Well, that's basically it.
Yeah.
And Detroit behaved too?
Detroit behaved too.
I saw something on the news that looked like it was getting a little ugly there. They were out a couple extra hours.
Yeah. Everyone's like, well, everyone really behaved. Well, we know what you're saying. Our blacks behave.
You're supposed to behave well.
I did behave well. I will admit to that. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I remember in the 70s, you looted.
I started to take something, but I said no.
I kept laughing every time I'm reading the newspaper. They go, well, everyone behaved really well. Well, everyone behaved really well the last time.
Exactly.
Except for a certain group of people. Why don't you just write that? Yeah, see, you're so afraid of being called racist, you won't even say what's what.
Well, you're making it a racist thing. I mean, I guess no Hispanics ever looted?
Hispanics. Wait a second. Yeah, I didn't mean to leave them out.
Did you ever see white guys on Wall Street looting, Robin?
I said no Hispanics. Did I say white guys?
Even our mailroom guy acted well.
You're acting like everybody who loots is black.
So everybody wanted to, you're right, everyone wanted to compliment the minorities for behaving, and, but the paper would just be, everyone really behaved very well.
The city came together.
The city came together. Hallelujah. Good. Everybody behaved.
Yeah, my natural instincts didn't come out in the dark.
Yeah, nobody stole. I was laughing when I read that.
Maybe just turn out the lights all the time. Keep everybody safe all the time.
Oh, I think eventual looting would happen if we turned out the lights all the time.
You have no faith in that as a solution?
Oh, no. There's no solution there. But everyone was just like, wow, everyone showed so much class during the blackout. I'm like, well, yeah, of course.
Let me ask you something. I didn't realize the lights had even gone out in the Hamptons. Were you out there with them?
Yeah, lights were out. I was in the city when this whole thing happened.
Oh, you were? See, because that's what I was wondering. I was wondering where you were in the mess.
Well, we had Friday off anyway, so I was going to leave early and go out to Long Island, but Beth had to work, so I'm sitting around waiting for her all day. I take the dog for a walk in the park. Thank God I ran into Pat Menaki on the way back, because if he delayed me by about a minute, I would have been stuck in an elevator.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
With the dog?
I missed by about a minute.
Wow.
And there's no emergency generator or anything in my building.
Right. There were only a few buildings in the city that had emergency generators. Not very many.
My agent said his building had an emergency generator, and people always grousing, oh, why are we paying this bill, that bill?
Now
Meanwhile, they were happy. They had an emergency generator on their elevator.
Did you see those people in the hotels that got screwed? You can't open up a hotel door without a key anymore.
Right.
So people who stayed in really expensive hotels spent the night on the sidewalk with a pillow.
I saw one guy using a Poland Spring water bottle as a pillow.
You know, they did get to take out some of those really nice chairs onto the street and lay on them.
So I walked up 55 flights.
Wow. Yeah, I was thinking about that. If I had lived in the city, I'd have been walking up 24 flights.
My neighbor was pregnant and having contractions.
Really?
She was freaking out. So I got her. We all walked down together, 55 flights. I took my bags.
With a pregnant woman.
Yeah. And then when you went out on the street, I tried to get to the helipad. Forget about it.
Was there gridlock everywhere?
Holy mackerel. The lights were out. The traffic lights. People were just walking in the street. My bulldog can't, it's so, it can't react to the heat. I'm carrying the dog. People are like, Howard, do something about this.
Like when you're Superman.
Like I'm Superman, Super Howard. They saw me on the street. They're like, Howard, do something about this. I go, I'm working on it. God damn it.
Put the power on.
You're like Arnold. I'm going to look into that.
Yeah. By the way, everyone's saying they can't find Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's the story in the newspaper. He's running for governor. Phantom. I know where he is. I was on the phone with him Thursday.
Was he talking to you? You're going to be in the cabinet?
That's where he was. He was talking to me, lining up his people. He was asking me where I stood, and was I behind him and all this kind of stuff. And I said, yeah, call in, dude. He's going to call in.
Oh, great.
He's going to call in.
He's already getting into trouble. You see, you steered him wrong. You said, go get some advisors. Now you got an advisor. He's in trouble.
Right. Should have just kept vague.
He was doing fine, not knowing anything.
Well, a lot of people are saying, Arnold's going to have to explain where he stands on the issues. He's not just going to make him governor.
Right.
Everyone's saying, well, he's like Ronald Reagan. He's a former actor, and he'll be a great governor. It's not that simple. So,
but now he's in trouble.
Well, he's in trouble because he appointed Rob Lowe to his cabinet.
Well, that was another problem.
Yeah, that was
like, wait a minute. He's on TV, Arnold. It's not real.
Yeah, bad move.
He doesn't really work at the White House.
I like the children.
You're telling me that's not the White House? It looks like the White House.
Worst thing about the blackout for me, I don't know about the rest of anybody else, but the worst thing about the blackout for me was not having television, man. You don't realize how much you watch TV until you don't have it for a while.
Well, come on. The lights were a big issue, too, because without television, you couldn't do anything else without lights.
I never appreciated electricity so much. You sit there going, what the hell am I going to do now?
Really?
Thank God I'm into grilling, though.
You grilled in the dark?
I grilled. Well, right before I ran out, I found some fish. And I got a gas grill, so no problem.
Oh, so your grill is not hooked up to the line. You have like a propane or something?
That's right.
I see.
So I was able to feed my woman.
Well, I had gas in my house.
Right, but I don't. See? So I had my grill. I was happy.
All I needed was a match.
All my grilling skills came in because I only had like a half-hour daylight. I had to marinate quickly and quickly grill.
Power schmower, you're having beer can chicken.
Right. But it was weird. Like, you can't watch TV, can't go on the Internet. And then it was like, well, you can read a book. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
But you had to have some light for that. The light was going fast.
Yeah, I had flashlights and some stuff.
And candles, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that never occurred to me either, to read The Great Gatsby.
Yeah, I wasn't going to curl up with a good book. There's no way I do that.
But even if you wanted to play a game of cards, you couldn't see anything.
All right. Well, the only thing you can do is have sex. A lot of people have sex during a blackout.
Yeah, they're expecting another baby boom.
Yeah, in fact, most people prefer having sex with the lights out. I got to tell you.
Good.
I've banged a lot of chicks in my life that plenty of times I wished there was a blackout. I was hoping for one.
You needed one.
Yeah, I was like, oh, my God, please, God, give me a blackout.
Turn out the lights now.
I don't want to have to look at this person. I'm sure they don't want to look at me.
Never turn them on again.
I almost took my shirt off.
Let's make the great getaway in the dark.
Yeah. But Star Jones' boyfriend.
Like that exists.
The lights came back on, and he was banging a beanbag chair. He didn't know.
I think he's the guy who knocked out the grid.
He's like, the Phantom.
He's like, what is this, baby?
Hey.
You're a beanbag.
You smell good today.
There is no such person.
You feel real good.
Ooh, you feel what kind of... What, you using some moisturizer?
There's not that much darkness in the world.
You feeling thin. You feel toned.
You feel smooth.
Yeah.
You have a little graininess to you today.
There was a woman they said was trapped on an elevator for 19 hours during the blackout.
Wow.
Normally that'd be the worst story, but there was even a worse story than that. A doctor at St. Joseph's Hospital was decapitated when the doors of an elevator pinned his shoulders.
Are you... What?
And then started to move upwards. And it severed the doctor's head. And there was a woman on the elevator when it happened, so she was stuck on the elevator with a headless guy jammed in the door for like 20 minutes.
Where did that happen?
Yeah. That's true.
Get out of here.
It's a true story.
I didn't read it in the paper.
Imagine looking at that, a headless person for like...
You can't. It's dark.
That's how I feel when I look at High Pitch Eric during the show. Nauseous.
Hey, we're stuck in the elevator, Howard.
Now, there would be a sight, being stuck with High Pitch Eric. Oh, my God.
I came that close to being stuck in an elevator, though.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Well, those people that were stuck in the subway, they were in bad shape. Trapped on a train, and the doors won't open.
I stayed with the radio station. I was so glad we had Friday off, because we would have come in here, it would have been a waste.
Well, you know what? I immediately started thinking, I started to go into my battle mode. How am I going to get into the city for the radio show? And then I realized, wait a minute, we're off tomorrow.
Yeah, thank God. For once, we were off.
I was in a movie theater when the lights went out.
Oh, yeah? What were you watching?
I was
Freddy vs. Jason?
I saw that this weekend.
How is that?
That was fun.
It was great,
I have to admit, it was fun.
It's the #1 movie, and I got to tell you something. I predicted it because everyone wants to see Freddy fight Jason. I want to see that.
Yeah, it was absolutely hysterical.
Is there a clear winner? I see.
You know, it's sort of yes, but, you know, they always leave you.
Right.
But there is a winner.
Freddy Krueger's got to be able to beat Jason.
Well, the thing is,
I would think.
in a different realm, you know, Freddy has his realm and Jason has his realm.
Yeah.
Freddy has an advantage in his realm, and Jason has an advantage in his realm, and it's where does the final conflict take place.
I see. That's a good point.
Yeah. So
I would just think Freddy would suck him into the dream world.
Well, you know, it was fun, but I was in a movie theater watching some silly movie called Swimming Pool, and the movie was dragging on, and finally when it looks like something is going to happen, the movie goes dark. Some emergency lights come on. I think, you know, the film has broken or something. I walk out. It's one of those multiplexes. I walk out of the theater to tell somebody that the movie's not working because there's maybe 3 people in the theater. And every other theater in the movie place is, you know, the people are out in the halls. And I thought, oh, my goodness, all the movies stopped. And that's when we realized, well, something's going on here. And I thought maybe something had just happened to the theater because it's in a remote area. So I get in my car, and that's when I realized there are no traffic lights either. So you're just trying to make your way home through these intersections. And people were nice on Staten Island. They were letting each other go by. So we didn't have any traffic jams or gridlock. And I did manage to get home and find that there was no air conditioning or lights there either.
Manhattan was like downtown Saigon. I swear to God. I felt like I was being airlifted out of Vietnam.
So you did eventually.
And guys were pounding on it. Take us with you.
Are you kidding?
Take us with you. Yeah. It was nuts. It was crazy.
I was so glad I had gotten out of Manhattan early that day.
Right.
Because it sounded like a nightmare here. I have one friend who, she has a scooter, and the person she lives with has a car. She got home in a half hour on the scooter, and the person with the car, it took them 5 hours to get home.
Most people walk. People walk to Queens.
Yeah, Brooklyn, they said there was like a mass of people on the Brooklyn Bridge walking over.
That's why it's important to be in shape. You know, people say, well, why do you want to be in shape? I'll tell you why. Because when you got to walk up 55 flights of stairs and get your bags and carry them down and stuff, or you got to walk to Brooklyn or something from Manhattan.
You better be ready. And in one of the hottest days of the year, when it's hot and humid.
If you're some big, fat, out-of-shape person, you're not going anywhere.
Or somebody who smokes like crazy, like Scott the engineer, who said he walked up 14 flights of stairs on Friday and almost died when he got up here.
Yeah, I believe it. That's what I mean. You got to like.
You got to take those cigarettes into consideration.
You feel
too.
powerless.
There was one guy I heard on the radio. He bikes all the time. From, wherever he lives into the city every day to go to work. And he said he was the only one really not affected because he's in shape, and he would normally be biking anyway.
Right.
Everybody else who was walking was panting and sweating and almost fainting.
He just stayed on his bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Get a job.
Yeah, all right, so for one day, that guy had it better than me.
Yeah.
In a cab.
Oh, he's a real, he's an addict. You see? Everybody should be biking.
Right, okay.
I saw a fireman on the news who was talking about how they had to get a 400-pound guy out of an elevator. And they couldn't get him through the hole, but they got him through it.
That's the other thing. If somebody else has to get you out, if you're too big, they might not be able to take you.
Did you have power in Connecticut?
My power went out, but I was in Washington, D.C. I got the last plane out. I didn't know it was the last plane. And I got to my hotel, and I went downstairs to find a good restaurant.
In D.C. was it affected?
Not at all.
No, it wasn't. Stopped right, probably in Pennsylvania.
See what happened? They got these, people talk on the news about the grid and this one, that. First of all, a couple of things. Mayor Bloomberg is a good mayor. He was
did an
very
excellent job, and I've not been a great fan of his, but he was excellent.
Excellent job. So there you go. For everybody bad-mouthing the guy and bashing him, the guy was everywhere, working hard, doing the whole thing. For years they've been talking about our system, our power system has been a mess. This grid and all this stuff. You know what? You know how this all started. Years ago, like when I was a kid, they used to have some companies that actually ran the power, like Con Ed and all this stuff.
Right, and they generated it.
Yeah, and then they deregulated. And then now, the way the whole system works with this power is all these different little power companies borrow from each other. They borrow power. Like years ago, like our building here, there are so many people, so much electricity is needed. We have such a massive population. We now got computers and cable. And
there's so much stuff.
There's so much stuff. And, we're off in Iraq right now building their infrastructure and building their grids. They're going to have better grids than we got.
That's right. They're going to actually have power that doesn't go down.
Yeah, we got crap. We got crap for power. And I'll tell you what, it's an antiquated system. So let's say, who gives us a lot of our power is Canada, believe it or not. Because what happens is, let's say we're here in New York. And there's bigger demand. Canada's able to put out a lot of power.
Yeah, they don't have as many people, and they got they got a lot of space to build those generators.
So we borrow power from each other. So think of this big grid where if there's not enough power in Cleveland, they get it from Canada. If there's not enough power in New York, we get it from Canada, or we get it from Cleveland, or we get it from somewhere.
But we'll send it somewhere, too. I mean, it's not like we don't generate power here.
Yeah, we do. You know where we generate most of our power here in New York? Do you know?
No, I don't.
Indian Point. And do you know there are people who want to close Indian Point power?
That's not most of the power.
Yep, that's where most of it comes from.
I don't believe it.
In New York State, like 30%.
All of the nuclear power plants only supply about 18% of the power.
No.
Absolutely. I listened a lot this weekend.
No. You just listen to me. Don't stop listening to everyone else. I'm telling you the way it is.
And most of those weren't back up when the lights went on. Stop it, Howard.
Now, let me tell you another thing. Just listen to me. We've got this antiquated system. So what happened this time? 2 power lines or something went out in Cleveland.
They're not sure yet, though.
I'm sure. I know what happened.
Here we go. You were there.
Well, let me tell you what happened. Just listen to me. Just listen to me. Right. 2 lines went down. I already got the whole thing figured out. 2 lines go down in Cleveland. So what happens? The system starts to borrow. Now, these guys in Cleveland are supposed to shut down their system. There isn't supposed to be this massive power outage.
Right, but it's supposed to be automatic. There shouldn't be a human in there saying, I need to shut down.
Well, I think there was this time.
Okay.
I think they overrode the system. They were like, we'll fix this.
Because they're saying it should never have gotten to this point.
Well, it got here. Yeah. And I'm telling you what happened. And it's antiquated. And they're saying in the digital age, and really what it is, in the digital age, we should have a much upgraded system and really the reason we don't have it is the government cannot sit down. The Democrats and the Republicans can't agree on a plan.
You know what really pisses me off every time something like this happens? Seeing that it could have been avoided. Right. Because they had already been warned that this was going to happen.
But you see, it's like this radio station. Nobody can get anything done. It's really not an issue of Democrats, Republicans. This is an issue that, it really shouldn't be partisan. That's
right. This is a life issue.
This is a life issue. Building the grid, making sure we have electric power.
Our infrastructure is key.
Also, most places now, no one wants power plants. Nobody wants
nuclear power now.
Yeah, nobody wants it near them.
And the other thing I heard experts say is not only do we not want nuclear power plants, we don't want to see how the power gets to us.
Right.
People don't want lines strung out in front of their houses.
That's right.
So you don't even want to be close to or see how the energy is getting to you.
Right. But you can see we need it. And yes, some of the people who live nearby will get cancer. But the most of us will have electric.
You know what? You got to sacrifice a few people.
Evidently. Or clear out an area or something. I don't know how you do it.
Where I grew up in Jersey, the guys who grew up real close to the plants were a little weird. It was they had crazy eyes.
All I can tell you is that's what happened. And now we'll see if someone will get it together and rally. And, I saw this guy Richardson on. He used to be the energy guy, secretary, energy czar. He was saying, I've been screaming this for years.
But, there is a commission. It's called the Energy Reliability Commission or something. They should all be fired.
Yeah, fire them. But no one gets fired.
Because even Governor Pataki said that's a misnomer.
Yeah.
Energy reliability.
There is none. And it was a real drag.
But also, there was some weird stuff going on that the state was demanding that Con Ed power up upstate New York before the city. And so the governor and the mayor were fighting each other over that. And Bloomberg did get the city working again.
Yeah, he was good. So that was that.
Well, the governor was like, if you don't have air conditioning, go to the parks.
Right,
I'm like, are the parks air conditioned?
No, but
I just want air conditioning.
You won't be in your house. I don't know what that meant. It was hot as hell outside.
Yeah, and I want to go play lawn darts because I don't have air conditioning.
All I know is they keep the lobby of my building so cold, I think the air conditioning just stayed in there for hours.
Really?
Well,
You can't get the cold out.
But you know what they're saying today in your office is you should be conserving. It's colder here out in the hall today than it's ever been.
Yeah, it's good because everyone's conserving. We're getting air conditioning here finally. So you were out of the mess. Yeah, the city was a mess. It looked like it reminded me of Vietnam when you
people trying to evacuate Saigon.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Well, the ferry system, it looked like Woodstock. They showed an aerial view of people trying to get on ferries.
Really?
It was awful.
Yeah.
2-hour wait for the ferries.
Stuttering John was safe in Sesame Place. I heard he went to Sesame Place.
That was working?
Yeah. Sesame Place was up and working. Well, who was telling me? Gary once went there. He says, you don't see a white person at Sesame
Gary,
Place.
when he said he was going, I was like, wait a minute. Didn't he hear Gary talk about that as like the worst vacation you ever had?
Yeah, didn't we do a bit on the air about how Sesame Place was really kind of... Isn't that the place where Gary went down the water slide? And then he saw...
fat woman got stuck or something?
There was a fat woman stuck on the water slide, and the lifeguard came over and just pushed her with his foot. Yeah. What was the rap on Sesame Place? I forget.
That it's a lot of minorities. It's a lot of fat people. A lot of fat people.
Not that anything's wrong with minorities.
Or fat people.
But even like they had like...
But it's the fat minorities we have a problem.
Like I was there, it was 100 degrees, and there were a bunch of Islamic women, and they were in black burqas. All you could see was their eyes.
The Islamic people go to Sesame?
Yeah, everybody goes home.
You saw what is it, John?
There was one wearing a burqa when I was there.
They're still coming.
It's funny, huh?
Let me see Oscar the Grouch.
Do they speak English or?
Yeah, I mean, it's not as the minority ridden as it was when Gary was there.
Ridden, infested,
right?
Yeah.
Everybody's fat. Everybody smokes. I mean, I swear to God, even the kids should be smoking.
What if fat people do smoking?
Everyone is fat though. That's true. And all they serve is like those waffle ice cream, and they don't. Everything is once you get out of New York, because even like I was down in D.C. this weekend. Once you get out of New York, nobody's serving anything for the masses that have that can be a diet in any way.
Yeah, there's no sushi.
No. There's no. You couldn't even, like I was in D.C. at the museum. You can't even get a wrap.
No salad.
That's exactly what it is. At the Air and Space Museum, you have 3 choices.
You pop your peas like crazy. Just talk a little to the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get Pizza?
Peanut. Everything he has to say has a P in it.
Yeah.
When you go to eat anywhere, it's either McDonald's, pizza, or a Boston chicken. Those are your three choices. So there's nothing. You can't eat healthy. Everything is French fries, man. Right. It's all French fries.
I said, as bad as things are, I heard somebody here has developed a fried pickle. I said, we don't need another fried thing.
Fried pickle?
Yeah, call it a frickle. Yeah, there's a restaurant that does it.
Pickle is good for you. They found a way to make it bad. It sounds.
So you're like the only white guy at the Sesame Place?
No. There's a lot of. It wasn't as like I said. There's a lot of whites there, but a lot of fat people, and they serve horrible food. It was and they only have 2 food stands. It's like the lines to get the.
Did the kids like it?
Oh, the kids loved it.
Did you have breakfast with Elmo?
Yeah, they give you breakfast with, like, Big Bird, but it's just like 400 people, and the characters always have to go in for water every 5 minutes so they can never hang out with the kids.
Wow. You want to know something, man? I once rented some of those costumes, like Big Bird and Elmo, and I just walked around my house for a day. My kids loved it.
You got into the costumes?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got into it because I said, you know what? I'm going to go try and track down some kid at some theme park for 5 lousy minutes to come over and eat breakfast with me. I'll have the character there all day.
With you and 400 other people.
And my kid, I remember for her birthday, I forget which one of the kids. I think it was
Probably
Ashley.
Deborah.
No, it was Ashley.
Ashley?
So Deborah and Emily put on, like, Oscar, and I was Big Bird, and you walk around the house. I gave her all day, a couple hours, till she got sick of those characters, and she was like, ugh.
Did she know you were in the costume?
No, she was a little
she
kid.
Totally bought it, huh?
Totally bought it. I was like, hey, how you doing? I'm Big Bird. I even used my regular voice. It didn't make a difference. She was a little kid.
Oh,
that's what you do. Because you know what? You practically have to give them oral.
I mean,
just to get them to come over to the table.
Do they have, what is there to do
and
after
they don't come to every table.
Elmo?
And then when you rent a costume, the person at the costume store will say, look, I could get really screwed for renting you. These characters are owned by Sesame Place or whatever. You're not allowed, but, just please. I go, what am I going to go on television with this?
Yeah, what are you going to plan to do with it? Make a new TV show?
Well, they see Howard Stern. They figure I'm going to go do something weird with the costume. Like
you're going to have Big Bird
masturbating.
Humping transsexual.
Yeah, humping a transsexual.
Hey, that's a good bit. You know what happens with the characters? When I went down there, like, the characters are walking all around Sesame Place, but the lesser characters are more, you can meet them. Like, you can meet the Count. But the ones that the kids want to meet, like Elmo, right? I said he always had 6 people around. It was like Bruce Springsteen. No matter where Elmo went, he had to be somewhere else. I'm sorry. We have to go.
Elmo's
because
on the move.
He appears at places at times.
Yeah, Elmo's a superstar.
And Elmo can't.
Why is
stop.
Elmo bigger than?
He's a superstar.
Yeah,
since he started being tickled and talking.
But Howard, you know what it is? It's a water park. So the reason why you see that, notice how fat everybody is. They're all in their bathing suits. So you have these big fat women, and
what do the women wear? Like a one piece, right?
Yeah, but one piece
with a skirt.
Still, there's cellulite all over the place.
I bet you a lot of these broads.
You can't cover all of it.
Everyone is fat. It's so depressing. What a country.
Why do you get depressed? 1 minute you're saying it makes you happy because you're the thinnest.
I'll tell you why it's depressing.
Okay.
Because we're going to be taken over. And not only that, that everyone's going to end up in the hospital, and we're going to end up paying all the bills.
But the greatest is, at the food stands, you could buy a 24-ounce soda, right, for like $7. But now when you pay for this special $7 cup, the thing's like huge. Now you can go back for $1.39 and get a refill. So people go and get their sodas refilled, these 24-ounce sodas.
They don't have time to ride. They're with this food line.
Did you see that thing?
And then they must be peeing every minute and moving their bowels.
It must be a nightmare in the bathroom.
Imagine what's going on. And what do they have, a hotel there you can stay in?
Well, we stayed at the nicest hotel. It's a dump.
The Best Western.
It was a Motel 6.
It was a dump. It was like, it was just like the trashy rooms, disgusting, $150 a night.
Wow.
Yikes.
Wow.
Sounds like a great time.
And that was the most expensive hotel.
Yeah, there's no place great to stay around there.
No.
Right.
Well, it's not exactly in the greatest area.
Yeah. Jesus.
Well, you went.
To the ghetto. The kids want to go. You have no choice.
McGhetto.
Tell them no. You got no. You kids can't go.
Yeah, you're not going. It's dangerous.
That's it. I'm taking you to the ball game.
Let's go to Jim. Jim, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. How are you?
Hey, now.
Yeah. Did you see the Osbournes this weekend? Yesterday, Ozzy sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," and it was the most hysterical thing you'll ever hear in your life.
Yeah, he was in Chicago, right?
Yup.
And he was trying to sing the seventh inning stretch where they sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." They had Ozzy doing it, and apparently he had no idea what any of the words were.
No, he didn't have the faintest idea. And then Sharon threw the ball out, and she must have threw it maybe 2 feet and landed in about 10 feet in front of the catcher and rolled the rest of the way. Oh, it was hysterical.
That sounds
but with Ozzy was singing, the guys, usually go into the dugout to rest during that time. They came out of the dugout to see if it was real. They were so amazed.
All I know is this. Do you hear all the humming going on?
Yeah, I do.
It's making me mental.
Yeah, it's weird.
Wow. Is that from the blackout? I mean...
Probably. They didn't reset everything the way it's supposed to be.
I'll get to a bunch of phone calls. I got to take a break. Maybe we could work on some of the problems here. We'll take a break and then reconvene, and I'll get to all the phone calls because I know a lot of people are on the phones. I'll be back right after these words.
It is so nice to have Robin Quivers.
I feel naked.
God, my fantasies come true.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Howard Stern. You're listening to the Howard Stern Show.
Yeah, I was driving for what seemed like 10 hours yesterday.
Hey now.
Where were you headed?
I don't know. I was in the Hamptons. They were having thunderstorms and showers.
Oh, really?
And it was scary. I mean, like real crazy weather. And I drove to Allison's house because I had to get the kids. And I was just driving all over the place. And as I said, I got a chance to listen to our radio station here in New York. And I don't know, man. Some places it's really hard to pick up. And I didn't, I was driving with Beth. I thought it'd be very impressive. At the top of the hour, sometimes I go from the top of the Howard Stern building.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been really impressive for my girlfriend to hear that. But I don't think the new PD is playing that anymore.
Oh, really?
I don't hear it. I always thought that was a good way to promote the show without actually playing dumb clips and stuff. From the top of the Howard Stern building. I always liked that. Now I think he got rid of that.
Really? And what do they say now?
Well, because the new PD will always come in and want to change everything, because he want to make his own stamp.
Right. That's where he's got to use his authority.
So he had to take away my one big ego boost.
Now it says from the top of the Chuck Roast building.
Yeah. Do they still run from the top? What is that hum, goddammit? We don't have any internet service. Why is the whole rest of the country back up?
Everybody's back up, even people in their homes. This radio station is not.
I looked at Tom this morning. He just came in. I was like looking at him disgusted, but I don't say anything. What am I going to say? You don't do your job? You're supposed to be running the radio station? And
if you need something down 14 flights of steps, he can get it for you.
Right. If he can get you a sandwich or an apple. But listen to the hum this morning on the station, and look at the fact that we can't even get any work done because... Right. Listen to that.
We have no access to anything at this point.
How are you the general manager still? Haven't they gotten wise to you yet?
No, I don't know.
I don't understand how you hold on to your job.
I don't know how I have a job either.
If I ran this station the way you did, I would fire me.
I have no idea how I run the radio station.
Oh, yes, I do. I watch you. Now my office is close to yours. I can monitor you.
Exactly.
I see what you're up to. I can barely hear you. Our microphones are completely off.
Would you like me to go on one of those?
No, you got to get so close to it.
Okay.
Or yell out the window. The audience will hear you better.
Great.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, thanks.
Now I can hear you. I heard you stayed at the radio station almost all weekend.
I stayed till Friday about 10 o'clock.
One of the interns said they saw you staring at the wall.
Yeah, I did. That's all I did.
I heard you went up and down getting people sandwiches.
I did a number of things to try and let the staff who was here do what they had to do.
You should have gotten some staff over here to fix the microphones.
I just got done having this conversation with Gary. The first priority when we got power back in the building was to go through this studio and make sure that this studio was fully operational.
No.
That was the first thing that Richie and Scott did.
I guess someone got in here and sabotaged us over the weekend.
Yeah, we came in just to make you start the day.
No, I mean, do they understand what fully operational means? Maybe that's
No, we don't, Robin.
Did you hear this?
Come explain it to us.
Do you hear this?
I will tell you, driving in this morning,
fine.
The show sounded absolutely fine on the air.
It sounds as good as it ever did.
Sounds horrible. Yeah. You guys got to drive around Long Island. You can't pick up the station in a lot of places. We got to get on. I'm going to start running things around here. You want me to run things around here? Just let me take over for a month. I'll get everything going.
All right, good.
And then give it back.
Call me when I can come back from my sabbatical.
Did Chuck Roast get rid of from the top of the Howard Stern building?
No,
he didn't. Oh, good.
I didn't think he had. I thought I'd heard it recently.
Oh, good. Yeah. All right. I was hoping to hear it.
You didn't get to hear it. You were out of...
the totally unoperational Howard Stern building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were out of range when it came on.
I'm just listening to the hum here. Wow. You don't hear it?
No, I hear that, yeah.
Yeah. It's bad. I got a weird hookup through the microphones. The one mic that doesn't work.
Did they have to reroute your mic?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you should see what's going on. I'm on Benji's mic, actually. Because I can't move because I run the board. Then there were a whole bunch of phony phone calls that Captain Jenks made that I would get, but we can't get through the computer.
That is apparently a Verizon. It's a T1 problem with Verizon.
Oh, really?
They are working on it.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole system's screwed up. I wish I was the President of the United States. I could fix the energy problem. It would be so simple to fix. It would require everyone a bit of my effort, but I would set my priorities straight. I could get that done.
It certainly shouldn't be a legislative problem.
Nah, what happened was they deregulated. I would take that back over. I'd make that a government. I would declare today a state of emergency in this country, that we have a third-rate grid, that we have to sit and get power from Canada.
They tried to make it too environmentally friendly, and they took the profit motive out of it.
That's right. He happens to know something right there.
Why isn't he working in that area then?
Maybe you'd be better off working for the government.
You know, it sounds like you do know something. Get over there,
You seem to know
Tom.
about energy.
Thank you.
Kill the seals.
Kill the seals. Club those seals.
Unbelievable. What is it, Stuttering John? What do you want to say?
Tom and Gary got into a big argument over this. They were heated.
Over what?
Over the whole this phone system.
Gary's very upset. Yeah. He really is. I admire Gary. He's upset about it.
I admire Gary, too.
Baba Booey. Baba Booey. He's furious.
How come the one thing that's not working is the phone?
What? It wasn't an argument, although I will say that Tom and I had terse words with each other, although I think Tom got mad at me. But we found out that the computer problem is that Verizon's having a problem. And he said the computer guy called him. I'm like, great, but how come you know and I don't know? In other words, why did the guy call me first thing this morning?
Because nobody cares.
And Tom said, this is part that brought me out. It's okay. Tom said, maybe as a producer of the show, you should be part of the solution, not part of the problem. But I don't think it's a problem to want to know what's going on, and we worked it out.
Oh. All right.
We did work it out, didn't we?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I have great respect for Gary.
Really? Yeah. We'll see what happens when it comes to his raise.
Yeah. See if
Remember the T1 problem?
Well, I know during the crisis I got the Verizon workers sandwiches.
Were you part of the solution or part of the problem?
Climb one step.
Right.
I heard you were up and down the steps getting sandwiches for everyone.
Among the things that I was trying to do was, like as I said, make sure the staff was taken care of. Those people who were here, make sure they were taken care of.
All right.
And yeah, I walked up and down those stairs a lot.
Good.
You want to really? Actually, I did it once backwards.
Really? Good for you.
Up the stairs.
I got a lot of exercise. I made the most out of the blackout.
Backwards.
Yeah.
Backwards. Backwards.
Chicken was going to come out sooner or later. Might as well do it myself.
Why don't you just pay the intern to go up and down the steps and get some food?
I think at that point the intern who was here was gone.
All right. Because I feel you're essential. Wouldn't it make more sense to hire a delivery boy quickly in the emergency and you get on the phone to Verizon?
Wait a minute.
Number one,
there was no
female intern needs to go downstairs. I have to walk her.
I need to help the female interns down.
No, I was going down at the same time. She was really scared.
Which intern was it?
I think it's Lauren.
I think Lauren.
You know what I heard?
Lauren, the hot intern?
Yeah, well, this is funny. I heard Tom was nice enough to... This is what Tom has to deal with all the time. Tom was nice enough to offer her a ride home, and then Kate and Carrie told her that she'd have to give him oral on the way. I think Tom just pretended he didn't hear it.
Right.
I didn't hear that, actually.
Well, she did.
Young lady, you need a ride home?
No.
Did you know I don't pleasure myself?
She lives in a town close to me. When I was hoping it was going to come back early, I said, you know what? If you live in Mamaroneck, I live in Pelham, I can give you a ride.
I'm the general manager. I'm very powerful.
One of the other parts about that was...
What if she attacks me and wants sex from me?
Don't hit the steering wheel.
When I'm walking her down...
All right.
When I was going down with her, she's got...
You went down?
You went down with her?
Down the stairs.
Wow.
Yeah. She's got this bag full, this heavy bag. I said, listen, I'll carry the bag for you. So I'm carrying the bag. We come back later, and then the tall kid says, yeah, that was the bag full of porn that we take and sell on eBay.
Yeah, he was kidding around.
I didn't know. Right. I didn't know.
Right. Guy, there are rules about that.
I had to confer with the wall.
I did, and the wall told me it was okay.
This is wrong.
So the station was able to stay on the air for except for about an hour, you said?
Yeah, about 45 minutes.
Right. So you go over to where? The CBS?
Actually to the Viacom building.
And we have a generator there?
Yes.
Oh. And who was on the air? Dead Air Dave?
At first, Dead Air Dave, we had a CD with just had music on it. Then we brought other CDs over so we could start.
No commercials?
No commercials.
Why no commercials?
Because
Because why?
The reason is that we're not compatible. Our commercial delivery system and their commercial delivery system is not compatible.
Oh, that's where the carts come in.
Have no
right.
machine.
Well, you just said they have no cart machine in a really cool way.
Thank you.
I figured it out.
Thank you.
I mean, all the other stations in the chain are fully digital and we're not?
I don't know that all the other stations are fully digital.
Everyone here is.
We are not. We will be.
We will be?
Yes.
What year will that be? Which century?
As soon as we get a new power grid in this country.
When they figure that out.
They will have a power grid first.
Couldn't everyone just read the commercials?
No.
No. All right. I'm sorry to hear that commercials were missed.
Me too.
I hold you responsible.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is Tom.
For Bet on Sports.
You know,
this is Tom for AA. MCO.
Yeah, providing his own sound
Looking for a mattress. Leave the last S off for savings.
Yes.
It was kind of funny that we're waiting. It's almost 24 hours. We're waiting for power to come back so that we can get on the air from here. And power comes back into the radio station, and about as quickly as it came on, alarms start going off down the hall. And back where our power supply, our power riser is, there's a water leak coming right down almost on top of the power riser. So we could get fried any second. We found out that there was a bathroom above us that was leaking water like it was a sieve.
Fascinating story.
Yeah,
you have a way with stories.
Thank you.
I don't even know why I allowed that to go on.
I thought it had a point.
Look, the wall loved that.
It was just kind of say, just when you thought you were back to normal, things were still
the walls behaved themselves. It was the toilet that was revolting.
Let me get on the air from... This is Tom for Elongate.
Is your colon backed up with a lot of feces?
Well, good for you, Tom. Thank you for staying with the ship, as
If
they
you need
say.
a sandwich, let me know.
All right. Thanks, Tom. Tom Chisano, making it clear that he stayed with the ship during the big blackout. He did not abandon the place.
Nice.
He felt it was his obligation. And what a magnificent job he did, because I got in here this morning and nothing worked.
Hey, now.
I love how he covered up. We're still using carts by. Our systems are incompatible.
Right. If you hear a strange hum on our station this morning, we're the only station that hasn't recovered from the blackout. For some reason. Our engineer went off on vacation and no one thought to bring in another one.
Right. Why did you do that?
It's unbelievable. John Boy, you're on the air.
How's it going, dude?
Horribly.
You sound pretty good out here where I'm at.
All right, good. That's good enough.
I just wanted to know how KC made it through the terrible crisis, because I know that he freaks out when stuff happens, and I thought I saw him running shirtless.
I wonder if he ran out of the city. God.
Yeah, what was his... Why are you fading in and out now?
I'm trying the worst way to get rid of this hum. You see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You see what I'm doing? I'm driving myself nuts. I mean...
Is that bitch boy there?
Casey, what did you do during the blackout? People want to know for some reason.
Actually, I was on my way out. So when the thing went down, I went down and I went to the gym.
Went to the gym?
My buddy's got a gym. I actually worked out by candlelight.
Oh, that's romantic.
That's how he relieves stress. You know, when things are upsetting to him, he goes and works out or lies in a tanning bed.
It must have been hot. So did you take your shirt off and your pants when you were with your friend working out?
No. I just had it's good though, because usually they keep it too cold. I hate it when they put it real cold.
What did you guys wear for your workout? Because I know there was no air conditioning.
Just a T-shirt and shorts.
Yeah. Did you end up taking your shirt off?
Yeah, he took his shirt off.
Tell the truth. You took your shirt off when you were working out.
When you were walking to the gym.
No, probably when I walked back. Probably.
Yeah.
So I could see my abs. They were all pumped up.
Hey, could you put that candle by my inner thigh?
So it was just you and your buddy in the gym?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where were you planning to go before the lights went out?
Nowhere. I was still going to go back and, I was supposed to go to Pittsburgh, actually. But all the airports got closed. And, and they lost power again on Sunday.
Did you guys squat?
No squatting.
What'd you do? Chest?
Yeah, I think it was
chest and back?
Chest and buys.
Chest and buys.
That's the beach workout, baby. Nice.
That's no dumbbell. That's my penis. Oh, I'm sorry, with the candlelight here.
I went to the gym. That was on Long Island you went to the gym?
No, right here in the city.
Right here in the city. You stayed with the city.
Yeah.
You weren't afraid? You didn't get paranoid?
No, it was a power outage. I mean, it's like, what do you do?
Well, you're on your new medication, right?
Yeah.
So it kept you calm.
No, it
doesn't work.
Doctor?
Yeah, he went to the psychiatrist.
And what did the doctor say?
All right. So he goes, after the thing was over, he goes, it's apparent that you should have been medicated a long time ago.
Oh.
And then he goes, I'm sure I'm not telling you something that you don't know, but you're not in good shape.
Oh.
So he rushed me, and I got to go today.
You're going again today?
Tonight, yeah.
Good.
Was that a surprise to you that you're not in good shape?
Yeah, but I know that. But, what are you going to do about it? What am I, by talking to this guy, it's going to cure everything?
I think if you come out of the closet, you'll feel a lot better about yourself.
Stop it. It's nothing good about men. There's nothing.
Where did you spend your time during the blackout? With a woman or a guy?
Myself.
With a guy. When you were with somebody, with a guy.
I went to the gym. That's what I had to do.
That's right.
Then after that, I sat back. Oh, I had this little portable radio. No, not radio, but this portable TV I bought. I had it in there, so it came in use. I heard Jenks. It was awesome. Jenks called Chuck Scarborough.
Right.
And he got a brilliant phone call, but nobody could tape it, though.
Damn it. I heard about it, too.
Oh, darn. I was wondering what Jenks was up to. I couldn't hear.
It was so great, because every time somebody would call, I'm like, wait, this is Jenks. This is him.
Jenks, what did you do?
Hey, what's going on?
Wait, Jenks, that you?
Hey, good morning, Howard.
What'd you do?
Well, actually, I made 2 calls, one to Fox 5 and one to Chuck Scarborough on NBC. And when I got through to Chuck Scarborough, I disguised my voice as like a Con Ed guy.
Yeah.
And I went on for probably about 2 or 3 minutes with him. And I was actually given a report that I'd heard on CNN about the actual situation. And then at the last minute, I asked Chuck Scarborough if he wants Howard Stern's balls on his chin.
A goldie but a goodie.
No,
really sucked him in.
What did Chuck say?
Oh, man, he was just like, I think I was just maltreated on the air.
Maltreated.
It was great. He was so dejected. It was great.
Now, the thing that pissed me off was, I did one to Fox 5, too, where I called in and I said that I was that I was a Con Ed spokesperson again. And once again, I spoke for about 1 to 2 minutes with the anchors.
Right.
And at the end, I said, everybody just stay in your apartment, sit at your kitchen tables, open your windows because it's going to be hot out. Just draw pictures of Howard Stern.
All I know is this hum is making me nuts.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't have those 2 New York calls, and I'm just saying if anybody has them.
Right.
I also did a call to CNN. That one I have on tape.
Was that a good one?
Oh, yeah. I talked to some chick. She was the anchor on CNN.
Let me hear that.
As the Con Ed spokesguy.
City Hall. Finally, we got the Con Ed man back. Joe Petta with Con Ed. Joe, are you there? Joe?
Yes, hello.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought I lost you again. Joe Petta, do you have good news for us out of New York City?
Yes, they're saying that slowly but surely all the power should be coming back on very, very soon.
Do you have a time?
Like within the next 2-3 hours, everything should be back on in New York City, and it'll take a little bit longer for further north there, but within the next 2 or 3 hours.
Well, I don't mean to doubt you, but yesterday we heard all of the power would be restored by 1 a.m. Eastern time. It wasn't. So how sure are you that the power will be back on in a couple hours?
Would you bang Howard Stern?
Pardon?
Would you bang Howard Stern?
Oh, my goodness. That's not even funny. It's disgusting. And I don't know why people call television stations like that, because it just makes you sound stupid.
So that makes you sound stupid.
Yes, she meant you, herself.
No.
First of all, I love how Jenks disguises his voice for the Con Ed character.
Yeah, I was like, well, how does a Con Ed person sound?
That's it. Like Jenks.
Well, suave. Suave.
He puts on an attitude. That's all.
That was suave.
Was your report accurate? Did the power go back on?
No. Actually, that one there, I did the next morning. I did Friday morning, like 6:30 in the morning. But the thing that gets me is I came an inch away from getting on with Dan Rather again.
Wow.
Less than an inch. And the girl at the national assignment desk, right when I was ready to go on with Dan, comes back on and says, you know what? I got to get a callback number for you because this is my job on the line. So now they're actually getting fired if these calls get through.
Wow.
That's good for me because,
Do you think the girl would bang me, though?
Well, Howard, she was really hot, this chick that I called, and I got the videotape. I'll send it to you.
Please.
She's probably about 39, 40 years old, and she's got a real nice tan, real nice hair. She's good look, new girl on CNN.
Because she sounded like she was disgusted not only by your interruption,
but the suggestion.
Yeah.
Disgusted by the thought of having sex with you.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
That's not funny. It's disgusting.
Helene saw your Scarborough phone call, and she said Scarborough was visibly upset.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. All right, Captain Jakes, hopefully we'll get tapes of these somehow.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And be able to play them at some point. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Jake's out there working during the blackout.
Yeah. Yes, George.
Howard, what's going on?
What's up?
Glad you guys came through the blackout. I want to congratulate all those stockbrokers and investment bankers for not going wild at the ferry terminal. And just want to tell you, you got a great show, and I got a suggestion for the video if you're interested.
All right.
How about Howard Stern Unscrambled Beaver Show?
Howard Stern Unscrambled Beaver Show.
How about that?
Well, I'll put that down on the list and get back to you if we use it.
All right, that'd be good.
Thank you.
Stern.
That's a
imagine the shock waves through the world that will send.
That's a vote I'd like to put myself, a vote I'd like to register. All right, Governor, we'll see you in the studio.
All right, very good.
The rumors are flying all over the place that Jesse Ventura, the former governor of Minnesota, and I are teaming up to run. More than a rumor, just the other night, the governor was on the air with Alex Jones where he announced that we are running for president and vice president.
You're in it and you don't even know it.
No, we haven't had a full... But, you know, I got to ask you something, Governor.
Yes, Howard, what?
You're pretty serious about running for president, right? And you're serious... And honestly, you're serious about me being the vice president.
Howard, I won't do it if you don't do it with me. I will be that serious. If you don't... No, there's a method to my madness. Always remember.
I know.
I need you.
You need me to raise funds.
Not just that. I need you to not have to waste money. When I ran for governor of Minnesota, I had a statewide talk radio show.
Right.
Well, the FCC made me come off the air, and I went 6 months without any money or employment to run for governor. You don't have to come off the air.
Because I'm on satellite.
We can use this show to win the election.
Let's talk seriously, though.
I'm dead serious.
All right. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions because we're going to have to be close if we're really doing this.
Absolutely.
Okay. Number one. If I'm doing America's Got Talent, let's say, and I'm doing this radio show, if we really won, it would be an uphill battle. But if we really won, do I have to give up that work?
The vice president is going to be a judge on America's Got Talent?
Well,
I don't think there's any law that says you have to.
Would you mind, as the president, if your vice president is busy judging a talent competition?
Honestly, as long as you... When I was governor, I did some outside jobs on the weekend and on Sunday.
And you got criticized for it.
And why?
Why?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
It was Sunday afternoon. The Capitol ain't open.
Right.
And, they never criticized me. I had a ranch then. There was no criticism when I spent all weekend baling hay for $4 a bale.
Do you know that in the early days of our government, and I'm sure you do know this, and I don't know if people are aware of it, but the government was set up so that regular working people would go to Washington for just a couple of weeks, but they would actually work and go and work in their communities. They weren't expected to give up their jobs. Am I correct?
I think so, in the early days.
In the early days.
No, to me, Howard, if you were my VP, as long as you fulfilled everything we needed done, I could care less that if you went and judged a show on TV.
And by the way...
Would you rush back to Washington to end a stalemate in the Senate?
If the president needed me to do it, of course.
Well, that's your job as vice president.
Right.
Unless the finales are going on.
And then the only other thing he's got to do is attend funerals.
That's true.
It's not a bad gig. I love a good funeral.
No, Howard.
I went to the funeral of the great 60 Minutes reporter Ed Bradley. I had terrible seats. I think as a vice president, I would be up closer to the celebrities. All right, let me ask you a serious question.
Okay.
What the fuck is our platform anyway? Because I really don't have
Here
one.
it is.
Go ahead.
I'll tell you what we could win on right now. And everything's fallen in place for us.
Go ahead.
The government shutdown.
Right.
Here's the platform. We would give the people of America the first opportunity to vote for a president that does not belong to a political party since George Washington.
And what would that look like?
He is our only president who did not belong to a political party, and I think people would jump at that today.
He was not a Democrat. He was not a Republican.
He was nothing.
Is that enough?
No.
Is that enough for us to win, though? Will people understand that benefit?
I think so. In light of what's going on today with the government shutdown and the way that the whole thing works, I mean, did you know that this is all over health care, right?
Right.
Do you know that congressmen and senators get 4 choices of 4 different health plans they want?
They should certainly.
Yet they won't give us one.
Right.
But they have 4.
So we would end that? We would make all the congressmen and senators go on the health plan that the American people use?
have to use, absolutely.
Like that. I'm all for that.
We would try to do that. Remember, the president, the Congress passes the laws.
Right.
You know, you can only veto them.
That's true.
And although you can do many things today with these executive orders,
Are you
they do
afraid,
a whole bunch of stuff.
Are you afraid that if we do get elected, that you'll have to spend a lot of time explaining stuff like that to me?
Not at all.
Not at all. I don't want to waste your time.
You won't waste my time, Howard.
Here's the way I look at it.
You would grasp it much quicker than you think you would. I mean, look at some of these bozos that are elected.
But I'm for
they don't have any problem with it.
I'm for total transparency, so I don't mind having this discussion with you on the air because I think the people should hear this.
Absolutely.
Let's figure out the political landscape. We'll probably be running against Hillary Clinton and whoever she chooses. Okay.
And who are you going to vote for then, Howard? Because you're a big Hillary fan.
I don't know that I would vote for myself and the governor. I don't know that yet. I have to hear what we all have to say and make a decision. If we're on the right path, then I'll see. I don't know that we're the best yet. Let's say it's Hillary Clinton.
All right.
Let's say the Republicans take a moderate like Chris Christie.
Yep.
Who's a pretty good governor, right?
Yep.
Or you take who else could we be looking at? Maybe one of those Tea Party nudniks or something like that.
Yep.
So it's not going to be an easy cakewalk.
It never is. But here's the key, and I'm open about this. You don't run against the candidate.
No.
You run against their party.
Right.
Because they're controlled by their party.
And people hate these parties.
Exactly.
They truly
do.
So
what you do, that's what I did when I ran for governor. Right. I didn't run against my 2 opponents. I ran against the Democrats and the Republicans.
And people have to remember, you won.
That's right.
You were the governor of Minnesota, a guy who was a wrestler.
Well, a mayor, though. I was a mayor
That's
first.
True. That's
so
true.
I had some experience. But you know, Howard, the biggest fear, we'd win.
That's right. Because let me tell you something.
Have to do
the first thing I'm doing as vice president, with the president's permission, is I'm going right up to Camp David. I'm going to learn how to play golf, and I'm going to have dinner parties. Wait till you see.
Our problem with that, I love golf, but you and I can't play together.
No, why is that?
Because we have to be separated because you never have the president and the vice president together.
Because I'll be a heartbeat away from you.
That's right.
Now let's talk about this. My Jewiness could really hurt you, and I mean, look, I look like I got slapped a yarmulke. So what I'm saying is, are you prepared to have my Jewiness be the vice president?
Howard, and we could have a first Jewish president or something happen.
Well, we would also break another new ground, if you remember when George was here that day. So we would have an atheist and a Jew.
That's right. That's absolutely true. I do like what you're saying, though, the fact that we don't belong to a political party. I myself am an independent.
Howard, we could win it on that alone because you gotta parry it down to 1 or 2 things. You don't want to be spread out all over. That's the message.
I know we do better than Ralph Nader, I'll tell you that.
Well, put it this way. Here's our other campaign slogan. We can't be any worse.
Right.
No. Let me explain something else here, too.
Good.
I need you for an insurance policy.
Go ahead. They don't
because if I become the president, as my book is, I'd be assassinated.
Right.
That means you would be. Well, I need an insurance policy. They're not going to kill me to put you in there.
Who would have the balls to assassinate you? You're one of the toughest fucking guys I know.
Not anymore. I'm 62. I'm old enough for Social Security now, Howard. I could have gone on this year.
You look so goddamn powerful.
Well, I don't know about that.
You really do. You're thick, you're big, you're muscular. I mean, it's unbelievable. Let me see your ass.
Huh?
Let me see your ass.
My ass?
Yeah, I'm serious.
I don't have much of one. You get older, they disappear.
You got wrinkles in it?
No.
Take those jeans off so I can really see it.
Oh, you really want to see it?
Yeah, I really want to see it.
What will be going on in that White House?
I'll be like, Mr. President, I need to see your ass. Mr. President.
I'll tell you what we could do, though, Howard.
We could do it.
We not even do it. We would shake it up so much. We would cause so much trouble. Imagine if we start polling over 20%.
Imagine
there would be panic. There would be panic.
There'd be mass chaos. Are you wearing a Jimi Hendrix T-shirt?
Yeah.
I was just talking to Graham Nash about Jimi Hendrix, one of the greats.
Oh, Jimi Hendrix belongs with Bach, Beethoven, and all the greatest musicians in history.
When you were serving, when you were a Navy SEAL, I bet you part of your soundtrack was Jimi Hendrix.
I actually saw Jimmy 1970 San Diego concert just months before he died.
Is that right? You were just in the audience, one of the fans?
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix.
And it must have been an amazing
what was amazing, a month later, I saw Janis.
Was he with the Experience at that point?
No, he was. The Experience had broken up. He had
that trio, the jazz thing going on.
No. He was doing his real stuff.
Right.
He had Buddy Miles, I think, on drums.
Right.
And he had broken up the Experience.
Did he do the classics like Purple Haze?
Oh, all of them.
He did them all.
Absolutely. Are you kidding? He did. It's one of the great memories I have.
Oh.
And then I've seen Led Zeppelin twice.
I've seen him once.
Okay, I saw him in 72 in San Diego and 75 in Minneapolis.
I went to see Led Zeppelin. I went running out of there. It was a great show, but I had to leave. The kids were throwing M80s down. It was at Madison Square Garden, and they were throwing quarter sticks of dynamite down on people's heads. I wore an Army helmet.
Well, that's in the great days of open seating. That's when it was really
crazy.
Of course, it was rock and roll.
You don't want to get rock and roll. You don't want to get your head blown off.
Yeah, you get killed.
I mean, imagine I come back from war and I get my head blown off.
War, you come back from a concert.
No, and the good part was if you were in the military, you got discount on your tickets.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Were you in the military when you saw Jimi Hendrix?
Yes.
Oh, no kidding.
In fact, when I saw Jimmy, I was going through SEAL training.
Did they remember how people were so anti-war, they started to boo the troops and things like that? Did you ever get any of that
Spitting on them.
Well, when I was in San Diego, they used to have signs on lawns, no dogs or military.
Unbelievable.
You know, and because it was a Navy town, and for some reason, there wasn't the love of the military back then as much.
Well, it was an unpopular war, but I never felt mad at the military.
Again, it always be mad at the politicians. It's not the servicemen that caused the war. They're the unfortunate victims too.
When we get into office, let's lay it on the line. Are we going to be in any foreign wars? Are we going to pull our troops? We're going to pull our troops out. We
are going to follow the teachings of Major General Smedley Butler.
Good.
And he was
Who is he, Howard? You're saying good.
It's my president. I got to listen to him.
He was a 2-time Congressional Medal of Honor winner. He won 2 of them. A Marine.
What would we do in Syria?
He wrote the most anti-war book called War is a Racket. And he said that we need to pass a constitutional amendment that our troops are not allowed to go over 500 miles from our shore.
Well,
all they should be doing is protecting us.
Protecting the homeland.
The world.
But don't you think, in a way, we do? I mean, whether it's...
No.
Really?
I would close down...
So what would you do about Syria? Howard asked that.
Syria?
Yeah.
I would do more than that. I'd get the hell out of the Middle East.
Yeah, completely. We're out of Afghanistan as well, right?
We're out of Saudi Arabia. We're out of...
Let's look at this. Okay. Anglo-Saxon America was discovered by Columbus, right?
Right.
Now, science at that time said the Earth was flat and you were going to fall off.
Sherry Separate still says it.
He was willing to risk that because what was he doing when he came here? He was trying to find another way to India to avoid the Middle East. So they hated it 500 years ago. It was awful.
Impossible.
He was willing to fall off the Earth, not to go through the Middle East.
The Middle East is such a problematic area.
Get out of there.
No one's been able to solve it diplomatically or otherwise through wars.
You never will.
So get the fuck out.
Fuck out.
What do you do about Israel?
Let them do their thing.
Let them do their thing, whatever they do.
You'll remain a strong ally and provide them with arms?
No, I would stop providing arms. We got to cut providing arms throughout the world.
No shit.
Well, you know, you sit...
I might have to vote for Hillary. I'm still running with you. Don't get wrong. I just want to make sure we don't win.
Why do you want arms sold throughout the world?
So what we're going to do is we're going to drastically, we're going to just change the way the world operates.
Yeah.
You know, Crosby, Stills, and Nash said we can change the world. Rearrange the world. That's what we're going to do.
Well, John Kennedy tried to do it, and they killed him for it.
That's the subject of your new book.
Yep.
Yeah. By the way, before I get to your new book about Kennedy, and I want to ask you about a whole bunch of conspiracy theories. I want to know exactly where you stand on several of the modern conspiracy theories. But is it true? And by the way, the other thing I like is we will have a first president, and I'm going to say this in the debates, the first president who lives in Mexico. Will you continue to live in Mexico when you're president of the United States?
I don't think they'd let me, but I think I'll keep my property down there, and I can still go on vacation.
Is that going to be your summer home?
Well,
I say fuck them. Let's have the president live in Mexico.
The fun part would be I'd go down there, and there'd be helicopters, boats off the thing, and all the security. So it would kind of destroy why I go down there.
That's right.
And I'd probably destroy the neighborhood, so I have too much respect for my neighbors, so maybe I wouldn't go there for 4 years.
But is it true?
Yes.
That you were saying recently that you cannot get a job on American television.
Yeah.
And that's why you had to take you're doing a show now in Mexico.
Yeah.
What is this show you're doing?
It's going to be an internet show. It's the same company that hired Larry King.
Oh, the Russians.
No. Well, we're going to go with Russian TV.
Yeah.
But
you're going on the internet.
They're going to kill me because I forgot the name of the company. But the one thing good about this company is it's owned. I don't think the checks will bounce because it's owned by Carlos Slim.
Who's the wealthiest guy in the world,
Wealthiest man in the world.
And so why is it that Americans will not put you on TV? You're very opinionated. You have a good look. I mean, let's face it. You were built for television.
Well, because I guess that I write books like this that they don't, that mainstream, I have no mainstream interviews because of this book.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm the only one.
You. Well, you and a few others.
Right.
That allow me on.
Because you believe President Kennedy still to this day was not the victim of one shooter.
No.
You believe it was a conspiracy and multiple shooters.
Absolutely.
And you say that, first of all, that Oswald's gun was a piece of shit. You know about firearms.
It's a complete piece of shit.
What was the gun that he used?
The Mannlicher Carcano, an Italian-made weapon.
And is it your claim that if you took that weapon and went to the book depository...
You couldn't make the shots. I tried to do it on my TV show. We matched everything up and didn't even have a moving target, and I couldn't even come close.
Is it that the bullet is unable to go that far in that type of weapon?
No, it's that the telescopic sight's like a skinny cigar. You can't even see out the thing. Plus, they said he did it in 7 seconds, and you got to work the bolt.
Right.
Every time you work it, you're off target, and you have to get back on. And they're saying the first shot missed, and the third was the head shot. Give me a break. Not only could I not do it, as we point out in the book, but there's a legendary figure in the Marine Corps by the name of Carlos Hathcock. And he is the top Marine Corps instructor at the Quantico Sniper School. They recreated it for him. He attempted it 10 times and couldn't do it. Could not do it.
And there's no record of Lee Harvey Oswald being that great a shot.
Well, the point is this, Howard. When you go in the military, as Robin will tell you, they give you batteries of tests and things because they want to channel you where they can best use you.
Right.
Well, Oswald wasn't 0300 infantry. They sent him to be a radar guy. He couldn't shoot.
Right.
Why? He became a pencil pusher. But they need those also. But he wasn't infantry. If he was a good shot, he'd have gone to the infantry.
So who wanted Kennedy dead? The FBI?
Many.
The CIA, you say in your book.
He angered... The Pentagon and the Joint Chiefs wanted to go to war in Cuba. He wouldn't go to war in Cuba. He was going to pull out of Vietnam. He was back-channel communicating with Khrushchev. They were going to end the Cold War by 1965.
Who would be against that? Who would be against ending the Cold War?
Kennedy went into a meeting one time with the Joint Chiefs, and when he came out, he muttered to his staff, and we call ourselves the human race.
So you like Kennedy?
I loved him. He went into that meeting, and they were proposing a first-strike nuclear attack against the Russians. And they felt if as long as 10 Americans survived and no Russians, we win.
What about the rumor that the mob was also against
They hated him. The mob hated him. The Pentagon and Joint Chiefs hated him. He was going to take away the oil depletion thing from the oil.
So how many guys killed Kennedy?
I would say there had to be a minimum of 3 shooters because there was at least 6 shots that day.
So how is it that no one saw? When you have 6 or 3 shooters for that, how is it nobody saw any of these shooters? The Zapruder film, they saw them.
Yeah, Lee Bowers saw the shooter behind he was in the tower of the railroad yard looking right at the picket fence.
Why do you think Gerald Ford, when he headed up the Warren Commission, why did he not disclose all of this? Why do you think he hid it? What was his agenda?
Well, he actually changed the position of the bullet through Kennedy's back and moved it higher so the magic bullet could work.
Right. In other words, by magic bullet, you mean that the bullet had such a trajectory that you've never seen in
well,
history.
It caused 7 injuries and changed directions in midair.
So why would he? So give me this part of the story.
And then came out pristine. They show you this pristine bullet, and to disprove the magic bullet, Governor Conley had more shrapnel in him than that bullet Wade knew.
So, in other words,
and a bullet can't grow.
So why when they reported on this, when the Warren Commission went in to report on it, what was their agenda? They're in on the conspiracy?
What it was, well, I believe LBJ was part of it.
You think that he wanted to be the president so badly that he might have ordered the hit?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that your main theory, or is that just one of the side theories?
That's one of them. You know, they all build to, you know, when you read the book, you'll see. But Kennedy was clearly taken out by more than one person. In fact, the fun part is...
See, I've always believed the Warren Commission. Call me naive. I think it was one shooter.
Here's why, Howard. The Warren Commission, the FBI took over the investigation, and they only fed the Warren Commission information that would lead to Oswald. Anything else they didn't see.
Right.
They didn't see anything else. I lead the book off, Howard, with a thing. This was from... This was a memorandum. Monday morning.
Go ahead.
Kennedy was killed on Friday. By the way, do you know Oswald and Ruby knew each other very well?
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing that was shielded by the Warren Commission. This was sent out by Nicholas Katzenbach, the acting U.S. Attorney General, Monday morning to new President Lyndon Baines Johnson.
I know his daughter.
November 25th, 1963. Here's what he writes. It is important that all the facts surrounding President Kennedy's assassination be made public in a way which will satisfy people in the United States and abroad that all the facts have been told and the statement to the effect made now. 1. The public must be satisfied that Oswald was the assassin, that he did not have any Confederates who are still at large, and that the evidence was such that he would have been convicted at trial.
Do you think there are guys somewhere?
Come on.
Do you think there are guys somewhere laughing that they got away with this?
Yeah.
You think so?
Absolutely.
And do you think they've ever talked to anyone about it?
Yeah, we talk in the book. There's many people that have talked about it.
About being in on the conspiracy.
CIA guys, Morales talked about it. He said, we got that son of a bitch Kennedy when he got drunk one night. There's all sorts of information that's out there, but mainstream media... Well, like in my TV show...
What do you mean you won't be booked on any mainstream television? I would think that's an interesting topic for people to talk about.
Because the mainstream media is part of the cover-up.
Who published this book?
Skyhorse.
Were they afraid, Skyhorse, to publish the book?
No, because they publish all my books, and they're a small publisher that has courage.
Do the books sell well, Governor?
Yeah,
they do.
All 7 of get this. All 7 of my books have been New York Times bestsellers. Right? They've never reviewed one of them.
Really?
The New York Times and they won't review this one. You watch. This book will never get reviewed.
Why?
Because it's a topic that says that a conspiracy killed John Kennedy.
Do you think people are bored with the topic? Do you think they're like, who cares anymore? What's the difference?
No.
Why should we care?
Why should you care?
Yes.
You should care because, in my opinion, it's not my opinion. On that day, a coup d'etat happened.
Right.
A change of our government, and it did not happen at the ballot box. It happened with a bullet.
Right.
Well, it was at that point, I believe, that we lost control of our government because, like I've always said, if you can kill the president and get away with it, what can't you do?
Right. Then you can do everything.
You can do everything.
All right. I'm going to name some conspiracy theories. I want to know where you stand on them.
All
okay?
right.
Let's go. You ready? I made a list.
What am I, the expert now?
Well,
just because I did an entertainment show on conspiracy theories.
Wait a second.
Now I'm labeled, Howard. I'm the conspiracy theorist.
You have information.
Right.
Is it true, by the way, you have not watched televisions? You didn't watch television from January to May May?
Last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
Was there a point in not watching television?
Yeah, because I've lived in Mexico in the winter now for 8 years, and I told my wife, I said, we're not really living in Mexico if we're watching United States TV every night.
You want to immerse yourself in Mexican...
and so I thought, so we shut the TV off, and I did not watch television from January till May. Now, I did watch a few movies. We'd put DVDs in.
What did you watch?
Oh, all the movies that I love.
Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yes.
Stanley Kubrick.
You love anything to do with military and war?
No, not necessarily. Yeah. American Graffiti. I love that film.
Did you see the Iron Man films?
Nope.
What?
Nope.
No?
Haven't seen one of them.
Shocked. Don't you think you should be in the...
Trading Places with Eddie Murphy.
Fabulous movie. And what about the one Coming to America?
Private Parts with Howard Stern.
Is that when you first realized I should be your vice president, when you saw Private Parts?
When I saw you give a woman an orgasm over the radio, that qualified you.
Thank you. Thank you. Finally, somebody appreciates my genius. Okay. Obama isn't a United States citizen. Where do we stand on that?
I don't know. He's a United States citizen, in my opinion. And in fact, the birther thing is a red herring.
What
they
do you
want
mean?
you because I believe Obama was part of the CIA in his early life. Look at his jobs. His jobs.
Community organizer.
Well, his foreign jobs, and check out his mom and what she did. And
what
all
did
this.
she do?
She was just involved in many foreign countries, and the CIA always has front jobs. You know what internationally, you know what one of the big front jobs for the CIA is? Because they all have to wear two hats. YMCA.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So you believe
countries.
the president was born in this country, but he was a CIA operative before becoming the president of the United States?
That's what I believe.
Wow.
I believe.
I can't believe you're my running mate.
I believe he did intelligence work.
All right.
You ask about one conspiracy theory, and you get a whole new one.
You're not kidding. Yeah, that's even more mind-blowing. Should we swim at the YMCA? If it's a front for the,
Sure.
Really?
Well, remember,
it's still a good pool.
Remember, the CIA's embedded in all state government because we had one in Minnesota. I had to meet it. The person.
Will we tackle that as president and vice president? Will we take on the CIA?
We will make them go back to their mission statement. Their mission statement says they're not to be operative inside the United States.
That's right.
So they're violating their mission statement. Let's get them back.
Are we not afraid of domestic terrorism?
We have the FBI.
They'll take care of that.
That's their job.
Okay, good enough.
That's their job.
Shit, we got everything covered.
Listen, you don't even know the answers to any questions.
Yeah, but I don't have to. I got the governor. I just got to raise money.
That's why he'll be the VP.
Right.
I'll take care of all that. I'll educate
all us
him.
VPs are idiots. So what? All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Who killed the electric car? They're saying that the electric car could have been absolutely invented, and well, it certainly has been invented, but it hasn't been perfected.
I would say the oil companies, because Minneapolis, Minnesota, when I was born in the early 50s, had a complete trolley car system all through the whole city.
Right.
They ripped because of the rubber companies run tires and the automotive and gas industry. They lobbied, got it all destroyed, ripped up.
Is that right?
Yeah, ripped up and gone because they wanted to put us in cars.
So do you really think the oil companies have killed the electric car?
Yeah.
You do?
Absolutely.
All right. Now, let's talk about this one. The Philadelphia experiment. You know what I mean by that?
That was
a supposed attempt to turn a U.S. Navy warship invisible, which allegedly caused severe harm to onboard crew members. Have you heard about that one at all?
I've heard about it, but I don't know much about it.
You don't know much about it?
Don't know. I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
What about the tsunami bomb, that the last tsunami was actually caused by a nuclear weapon detonated in a strategic position under the ocean? We for that or against it?
I'm against that.
I don't believe that?
I don't think so.
Well, now you're sounding like me. That's which I didn't bring you on here.
And again, I don't just believe a conspiracy because it floats out there. I try to do research on it and learn about it.
The Illuminati, thought to be a secret group attempting to control the world. Do you believe in it?
Yeah.
You believe there's an Illuminati?
I believe that there's a power structure beyond our governments that you control money. Because
corporations, probably?
Yeah.
And these corporate CEOs all get together and they just kind of
like the Bilderbergs.
Do you think they come up with an agenda?
Yeah.
Like
I got offended when I won governor. How come I wasn't invited to the Bilderberg thing?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
See, I'd expose them. That's why they wouldn't invite me.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's go to this one. The IBM Gary Kasparov theory. The theory is that the famous computer versus the human chess game between the Russian grandmaster Garry Kasparov and IBM's Deep Blue computer had involved cheating by IBM to ensure they would achieve a victory that would be widely publicized. Do you think that IBM cheated?
I have no idea.
No idea on that one.
I have no idea.
What about the new Coke theory? New Coke. Coca-Cola intentionally made the new Coca-Cola shitty so that it would make their old Coca-Cola brand even more important, therefore turning the country around toward the old Coca-Cola. Do you know anything about that?
I don't know anything about it, but it sounds logical if they want to.
What about the next book? What about the next book on that?
Nah.
Apollo moon landing. It never really occurred. That we staged it and that it was actually produced, and it really was there to conceal some aspect of the truth of the circumstances of the actual landing.
I want to believe we were there.
You do?
Yeah.
And you do believe it?
Yeah.
And when we will not,
because I mean, they're now going up and they're going to give space travel to civilians if you want to pay $200,000 to do it or whatever. So obviously they're going up there, and we've been in space. There's no doubt about it. I don't think when these rockets launch, they just disappear.
All right, 9/11 conspiracy. I know you believe in this one.
Yep.
That the United States government conducted the 9/11 attacks, or knew beforehand that the attacks would happen, and deliberately did nothing to prevent it in order to drastically alarm and sway public opinion to favor war.
I agree with that. It's a false flag operation.
You've always said that when the World Trade Center went down, it didn't go down in the way that a building would go down if it was hit by planes.
Well, not only that, Howard, but if you look at the when they took the King Dome down in Seattle with controlled demolition,
yes,
the debris on the ground was 12.5% the original height.
Right.
In debris. The World Trade Center, when they went down, there was only 2% of the original height on the ground. Where did it go?
Right. So,
where did it go? It all turned to dust.
Clarify for me again. The planes that we actually filmed and saw going into the building, that really happened.
Sure.
But that wasn't enough to take down the building.
No. Not in my opinion, because jet fuel is like kerosene. It doesn't burn hot. How would it burn hot enough? Those fires, the smoke was getting darker and darker, which means the fires were cooling.
You know why it does sound crazy to people? Think about what you're saying. You would have to get a bunch of crazy terrorists to drive their planes in, and at the same time...
Not necessarily. Because since the mid-'80s, we've been able to control 757s like a video. They can fly them without pilots.
You think that there wasn't even terrorists on those planes?
No, they could have been on there, sure. But who knows who was directing the
mastermind? Could have been the Illuminati.
So what about going after Osama bin Laden and bringing him down? Did he have anything to do with it?
Bin Laden initially denied anything. He said he wasn't mad that it happened, but he said he didn't have nothing to do with it. And, well, let's look at the government's conspiracy theory on 9/11. Here's what they sold us. They said 19 Islamic radicals armed with box cutters defeated our multi-billion-dollar air defense system, all while conspiring with a bearded guy in a cave in Afghanistan.
Does sound pretty crazy. What about this conspiracy?
Well, that's what they sold us.
Right.
And that's what we accepted. And where did they get the box cutters from? I mean, how do they know they had box cutters? They all died.
What about this theory?
Where did this come from? The box cutters. Was that determined?
Mr. President, what about this one?
There must have been some Was there no communication with the plane? I mean, people were making phone calls and talking about...
No, you couldn't, because at that time cell phones were linear. They weren't horizontal. You couldn't call
No one
from
could
a plane.
call from a plane.
You couldn't call from a plane.
But they have...
They can morph voices. I showed that on my show.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
What about this theory? Probably the most controversial of all. Adolf Hitler was actually a mutation through mating between a human and a shark. Where do we stand on that? Governor, Mr. President.
I hate to insult the sharks.
Right.
And that's... By the way, Howard, I got to tell you what I did this spring in Mexico.
You're done with all these conspiracy theories?
Yes.
Theories, rather? They're all a bunch of shit, huh?
Yeah.
Even you won't buy into this.
No, you know what I got to do this spring? I went to a small lagoon, 400 miles from my house, 100 miles off the road, went out with Mexican guides in a small boat.
You're out of your mind.
Wait.
You're going to be the next president.
And I physically touched gray whales in the wild. They come up to you.
Wow. Isn't that dangerous?
They come up. I didn't feel it was dangerous at all.
But can a whale, because of its size, accidentally tip over a boat?
Sure, but they're too intelligent. They're unbelievable, Howard. I stuck my hands in their mouth in the wild.
They're actually gentle, right? The whales.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a mother whale brought her calf up. She would actually get underneath and lift the calf up so we could touch it more.
Oh, wow.
I mean, what do you think of these guys that go and kill the whales for their blubber? And
I'd like to tell you what I think of them.
What do you think about people who club baby seals?
I'd like to club them.
Right. Oh, I can't wait till we win.
You know, no, but Howard,
we're going to start clubbing people.
Oh,
Howard,
fuck yeah, we are.
Howard, see, if you, we got to get closer. You got to come visit me in Mexico.
I know. We really do have to have a confab. Are we going to legalize marijuana? I hope.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you know I don't smoke.
Yeah, absolutely. Though we need to make the money. It creates jobs. It creates everything. It helps the economy.
What a great! You know what? We're just going to win on that issue alone. We're going to create so many jobs with pot.
Yeah.
And let's legalize every drug.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm behind that.
But I don't want to put them like in 7-Eleven stores. You have to go to the proper place.
Absolutely, liquor store.
Well, if it's like heroin and things like that, I think you should have to go to like a medical clinic.
Okay, fine.
Because that way you at least get the addict in there and you can attempt to cure the addict.
Bro, I'm with you.
You know, the war on drugs is the most miserable failure that's ever been cost us.
Are we legalizing prostitution? I'm for that too.
Sure.
Why not?
The only reason prostitution's illegal is because of the money.
Right. I don't go to prostitutes, but I'll legalize it.
No, Howard, let me read you something in the back of my book here that'll...
you know, my father never read to me. I feel like you're a father figure to me. The fact that you're reading to me.
Would you read to him every night when you're president?
Would you come over to the vice president's place and read to me?
Listen to this for a moment,
By the way,
Howard.
can I just say something?
Yeah.
If I come visit you in Mexico, we're going to watch American TV.
Sure.
Good. Thank you.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Listen to this now.
Go ahead.
There's absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world.
Of course there isn't.
No, listen. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, 4th in labor force, and 4th in exports. Now, we lead the world in only 3 categories. You know what they are?
Go ahead, porn?
Nope. Number of incarcerated citizens per capita.
Wow.
We have more people, and we're supposed to be home of the brave, land of the free.
Right, go ahead.
We have more people in prison. The number of adults who believe angels are real. And finally, defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies.
Wow.
Can I say something? I think we're going to win. You're on fucking fire. You have never been this focused. This is just like right before you ran for governor of Minnesota. You're on fire, my friend.
I like the platform that's coming together.
I'm going to be the vice president of the United States.
Wow.
Well, you got to win. We got to win.
How are we going to get over the Jewish thing?
Just don't tell.
Shh. I'm really only half.
You know... Why is religion even part of it?
Who knows? But you heard these creeps on the street?
That has nothing to do with any... Yeah, well, those are creeps on the street that don't even vote.
I'm not getting another nose job. I'm sorry, Governor.
You don't have to. You mean you had one?
I'm going to be... Well, I had just a little bit. I couldn't breathe too good. That was what it was about. Come on, Robin.
And you know what else, Howard? I don't even want you to cut your hair.
I'm not cutting my hair, and neither should you.
And neither should you.
You know,
George Washington had a beautiful hair.
Well, actually, whenever I run, I shave my head.
Oh, is that right?
Why? Yeah. Why are we doing that? Too psychological?
It just gets me in a more warrior attitude.
Intimidate people. You know what movie you should be in? Those Sylvester Stallone movies where he...
The Expendables?
No, you wouldn't do it?
No, you know why? They've never asked me, but I don't think I would do it anyway because I find it rather humorous when 65 and 70-year-old guys are doing action films. Come on. We got The Rock. We got Dwayne Johnson. There's a new generation of action
friends with
stars.
The Rock? Are you friends with
I respect him very much because I used to wrestle his father, Rocky Johnson.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and he is whenever he comes to Minnesota for any publicity thing, he always takes time and said, "Say hello to the governor for me."
You miss wrestling at all on any level?
You miss the crowds.
Yeah,
you know, and that's part. But I've been out of it now, Howard. Believe it or not, for 23 years, so it's a vague memory. You know, I left in 1990.
You got out of it pretty well intact. I mean, a lot of guys
fairly well. I got a new hip.
Yeah, huh?
You know,
does it feel any different than having your old hip?
Well, I had the new technique at the time. It's called hip resurfacing. They don't cut the femur bone. They cut you, they dislocate it, they clean up the ball and socket, cover you with carbon titanium steel, and put you back together.
No pain?
I didn't even use painkiller.
Are you able to do everything pretty much that you want to do?
Well, put it this way. I do 7 miles every morning on the elliptic machine.
Right.
And I do, my record for 6 miles is 50 minutes, 59 seconds, which is an 8:35 mile on an elliptic machine for 6.
What do you bench?
I haven't lifted weights for 4 months now. I stopped. I don't lift heavy anymore.
Me neither. I bench 95.
That makes you get bigger, and I don't want to get bigger, so I do 20 reps and lighter weights now when I lift weights. I'll start weights coming up because golf ended.
I don't want to brag. I do 10 reps at 95 pounds.
That's pretty good, Howard.
Yeah.
And I used to do, let's see, in my prime.
Yeah, what was the most you ever benched?
The most I ever benched was 440.
Oh.
Wow. 440. Good God.
No, that ain't. There's guys that do 500-600.
Oh, my God.
For reps, I would tell you, like you did 10 reps at 95.
Yeah.
My best 10 reps, I think, was 315 for 10.
What, did you juice?
A little bit at one time.
Steroids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I
can't lift that much.
No. I took testosterone.
Oh, yeah?
Which is a male hormone. Which your body already has. You just give yourself an overabundance of it.
Yeah, because, I mean, you jacked out of your skull.
Well, yeah.
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 I take estrogen.
You know,
Maybe that's
what's
why I'm only
interesting?
benching 95.
Wait, here's an interesting thing. You know,
What?
you know this whole steroids and baseball stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, it's been there 20, 30 years. Why did the federal government in the early 90s come after pro wrestling? They indicted Vince McMahon and going to put him in jail.
Why?
For steroid use.
Right.
When wrestling's a show.
Yes.
So why?
Because I don't know. Why aren't they indicting Bud Selig like they did Vince McMahon? It's a double standard.
That's what I'm saying.
Double standard.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Yep.
A-Rod, how come they didn't go after him when he was at the height of his powers? Isn't it just like the Yankees just don't want to pay him the rest of his salary? See, I'm starting to think like you.
Yeah.
Huh?
There you go.
Where's the book
there's
publisher?
There's an old thing, if you remember from All the President's Men with Deep Throat, follow the money, Howard.
Right.
That'll anything in government, follow the money.
Well, you know, we're going to be such a team. Have you given any thought to our cabinet?
Not yet.
No?
But
I got our
wait a
chief
minute.
of staff, though, because I'll use the same one I had as governor, and he's already agreed that he'll come to Washington.
Secretary of State, who are we looking at?
I don't know.
Let me throw some water on this.
Hey.
For a moment.
We got it, Howard.
Don't piss on our parade.
Howard, you got to be. We have to concentrate on winning. When we win, then we'll worry about that other shit.
Exactly.
No. You have to worry. You know, here you talk about what you think is the Illuminati and all of this other stuff. How are they going to let you guys run government?
Because we're not in any party.
Well, how can they stop us?
Right. What are they going to do?
The same
If
way
we
they
win-
stopped
I got the
Kennedy.
media. I control the media.
Kennedy, you're telling me you think
shut up,
that-
Robin.
Okay.
You're rooting the
what
fun
you're-
here. I'm all
So
charged
what you're
up.
saying, Robin, is this time they'll kill both of us?
Yes.
Oh, I'm out. Can you guarantee my safety? Ignore Robin. What is it, Dan? What, do you want to piss on our parade, too?
Well, not to throw water on you like Robin did, but what I got to ask, and good morning, Governor,
Hi.
Your Grace. What I have to ask is the spoiler effect. What is going to happen when you split the liberal vote? Because you're going to draw more of the liberals away.
What are we going to
Good.
do about that?
Democrats. Good.
Yeah, we like that.
Well, see, here's
Dr.
what you.
Pace's wet dream.
That's nonsense, because when I ran in Minnesota, I split their vote there because I'm fiscally conservative, which makes you a Republican on the fiscal side.
Yeah, dude, by the way, we're fiscally conservative.
That's right.
Yeah.
We believe in less government. We
cut
believe in
waste.
less government intervention.
Right. What parts of the government are we cutting?
The Department of Education.
Out the window.
Out the window. You don't need it. Well, and I'll tell you why. The states can handle it.
Right.
What
Who
do
else
you
do
need
we cut?
What do you need a federal Department of Education for?
Yeah.
And if the states don't keep up, that's their fault.
Right.
If it's up to the states. See, I'm a great believer in turning over a lot of power. Let the states govern themselves.
What about Puerto Rico? What do we do with that?
Puerto Rico? Yeah. I don't know. Hadn't thought about it.
Me neither.
Nobody ever brought it up to me for a while. But, you know, I mean, for all those people out there that, you know, how could we do any worse than what you got in there
got
right
shit now. Give us a shot.
Shit right now.
That's our campaign slogan. You got shit now, so why not take us?
And not only that, at least you'll know Howard and I aren't owned by anybody.
That's right.
Where are you going to raise
Although I'm
funds
for sale.
to hold it?
Right
Where are
there.
You gonna
Right.
raise
All
funds from?
Howard Stern would have to do is say to every listener in his
$100.
Not even that, 10.
10?
send us $10 and let's see how much money we'd get.
Right.
All right.
Just send us $10. We're done.
He's thought about it all. I just want to make sure everything's covered.
That way, like when I ran for governor of Minnesota, I took no PAC money, no special interest money, and I never met with a lobbyist for 4 years. I banned them.
Handsy.
Because why?
Yeah.
All I did was accept $50 donations from citizens.
Exactly.
That don't buy you much influence.
Handsy, do you support this ticket?
I have a little reservation. I kind of believe there's a conspiracy with you two. See, I believe there's an Illuminati, but I believe there's a good side and there's an evil side, and I already believe that you guys are protected. Nothing's going to happen to you guys. You guys are the leaders of your own secret society. You see,
exactly.
Well, if that's true, where the hell have they been? I haven't seen any society around me. Nobody follows me around.
By the way, I know Handsy. He looks like if I took you, hit you in the head with the bat 900 times, that's what Handsy looks like. Just imagine that.
All right.
All right, Handsy, thank you for the call.
Yo, hold on.
What?
Oh, there he is. There's Handsy.
I'll talk to you afterwards, so put me back on hold.
All right, I'll talk to you after the governor leaves.
Okay.
He's not going to put up with your bullshit. This guy's out of his mind. Listen, Governor, we could talk all day. Yeah. I love that we're running. I love that we're going to...
Well, you know, Howard, I gave you my phone number and you never called.
Well, listen, what are you, a chick? You're nagging me.
We got to talk.
We do have to talk.
Yep.
You know what it is? I'm having a hard time deciding. Jesse Ventura's book, They Killed Our President, 63 Reasons to Believe There Was a Conspiracy to Assassinate JFK, is in stores now. Consider yourself lucky to have this book in the stores. A lot of people are trying to prevent this book from actually seeing the light of day.
Yeah.
Future President Jesse Ventura will be signing copies of his book at the Bookends in Ridgewood, New Jersey. Doesn't that song bring a chill to you? Huh? Are we going to have a party?
It makes my wife cringe.
Oh, she's got to calm down.
She just cringes because I always sing it to her when I get it in my head. She cringes from it. But I will, Howard, here's one thing we will do.
Go ahead.
Just like when I won governor, you have an inauguration ball.
Absolutely.
Well, they had you put black ties on and you listen to Glenn Miller.
Right.
This is the shirt I wore to my inauguration.
The Hendrix shirt.
Yep, and we had rock and roll.
Thank you.
We had Kid Johnny Lang. We had Warren Zevon.
Wow.
Do you know who wanted to come? I spoke to them on the phone. They apologized 3 times because they were pre-booked but wanted to be there.
Who?
Steven Tyler and Aerosmith.
Wow.
They all wanted to come. So if we win,
it makes sense.
Our inauguration will be rock and roll,
We
baby.
are a rock and roll generation.
That's right.
How come no one plays rock and roll at these things?
Because they
become their parents.
So do you think you guys can get into the debates?
Sure.
Well, there would have to be a demand for it because you can't win without debating. Just in case in point, when I ran for governor of Minnesota at the primary, I was polling 10%. I was allowed in the debates, and 7 weeks later, I won the election with 37.
You know, when I ran for governor, I was polling 21% when I dropped out.
Huge.
And I was just at the beginning.
Yep.
All right.
That's huge.
That's what I'm saying. We could take this thing.
Let's do it.
President Jesse Ventura and Vice President Howard Stern.
Got a ring to it. Now I'm thinking about it. I should probably be the president and let Jesse Ventura be the vice president. Now, you do the heavy thinking.
You could 4 years later or 8 years later.
Yeah, when I'm done, you can have it.
Yeah.
I'll do 4 and you do the next 4.
No. You do 8. I'm fine with that.
Oh.
No.
I only do 4. I only did 4 as governor and 4 as mayor.
Do whatever you want. You got no problem from me.
All right.
Just leave me alone. For additional signings, go to Facebook.com/official Jesse Ventura. The book is called They Killed Our President, 63 Reasons to Believe There Was a Conspiracy to Assassinate JFK. It's in stores now, and that's that. And you got to read this. Maybe you'll learn something.
Well, I have one final question.
Sure.
Because...
About the candidacy?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Every time a president is elected, I imagine that there's some meeting that goes on.
Oh, yeah. Let me answer this. See, there are presidents, and there are vice presidents, and there are... when I was a little kid, my father asked me this. Did you ever hear this tape? I'm in a recording studio with my dad, and he asked me... My father would ask me political questions. I was like 6. And I didn't know what I was saying. Then he told me I was a moron because I didn't know.
Howard, I'd like to ask you a question.
How do you feel about religious services and...
That's not the one. Wait, give him the good one.
Let me ask you another question. Now, Howard, I don't want any foolish answers from you, otherwise don't answer. President Kennedy now is going around the country asking the people to vote for Democrats. He wants more Democrats in the House of Representatives and the United States Senate. Do you think that the president is doing a wise thing in going around the country asking the voters to support him by electing Democrats? First, we will hear from Howard.
Yes, I do, because if we didn't, let's say, have Democrats, there'd be presidents, vice presidents, and where would the Democrats come in?
What you missed here, the point that I was trying to make is the reason that the President of the United States is asking.
So I've been preparing my whole life for this. Don't even worry about me in the debates. You can see how I answer.
Okay.
All right. You got nothing
Wait
more.
a minute.
Yes.
Again, going back to this theory that somebody else runs the country.
Yes.
Not the president, not Congress.
Well, no. You're absolutely wrong. I'm going to handle this one, Governor.
Okay.
No, you're absolutely wrong about that. Yes, it's true that there is big business, and there's a theory that big business runs this country, not the president, and that you could certainly make that argument. But under a Ventura Stern administration, you will see we answer to no one.
You're not taking that meeting.
We are taking the government back to the people. We are taking it away from the corporations.
Do whatever you want to do.
That's right.
You're not going to kowtow.
We will not
some
kowtow.
Power.
And we won't
and nor
have
will we
to.
bow to people.
We won't have to because we won't accept their bribes.
That's right.
All right.
If you don't accept their money, like I said, when I won governor,
not even oil money.
The first thing that I told my staff was that no lobbyists. I said they didn't elect me, and so I never met with a lobbyist in 4 years. They were panicked.
All right.
You know. What do you need to meet with a lobbyist for?
Fair enough.
All they're there to do is to bribe you, and I'm not bribable.
I'm not hearing anything I'm against.
All right.
I'm for you.
I just wanted to make sure because it seems to me that some chilling things are told to people as soon as they get into office.
Well, Robin,
and their whole agenda changes.
I guess Howard and I will have to find that out when and if we win.
No, you'll find that out, and I'll just be along for the ride.
Well, you'll be sitting in there with me.
You're goddamn right I will be.
You know, and
when I'm not at Camp
the
David.
United States should remain in the United Nations as a member of the United Nations. Howard?
Yes, I really do.
Is there any special reason why you feel that they should?
Well, there should be peace in all the countries, and we wouldn't want any war. Because we don't want the Japs anymore.
I told you not to be stupid, you moron.
You might have to say that to him every once in a while.
Yeah, you better learn from my dad. What a guy. Listen, speaking about what a guy, you're the man. You really are. You're fantastic.
Well, thanks, Howard.
And I'm honored that you want me to be your vice president.
Well, like I said, you have the capability of what I need to accomplish it the way I want to do it and not be indebted
I understand
to
my
special interest and all that crap.
Right.
Plus, you have the mechanism here. We could get our message.
I'm heard around the world.
Yeah, and we could get our message out. The government can't take you off the air like they did me.
Right.
Because you don't have to follow to the FCC.
Thank you.
And
we're going to do it. That's it.
It's perfect.
That's all.
It's perfect.
Well, I got a lot, Robin. I'm going to meet with you about this.
Lots of questions.
Because this one I know you do. A lot of people do. Well, fuck them. All right. Sometimes you just got to throw all caution into the wind. All right.
What is your foreign policy aside from we're not policing the world anymore?
Oh, come on. Stop it already.
Well, I would also
You don't
do
have to
this.
answer.
No, I'll answer.
Right.
We're going to cut out all foreign aid.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Because this country's so far in debt, how can we give anyone else money?
We're going to eliminate all of that.
All of that's gone.
Oh, yes.
All of that's gone.
Right.
We're going to, because foreign aid, it's simplified. It's like you're losing your home, you're behind on your car payments, but
we're going to give this guy some money.
But your cousin Bob calls and wants to borrow $500 from you.
Tell him no.
You tell him no.
Thank you.
We don't have the money.
Good. Let somebody else
we got to pay our bills. Let somebody else do it.
Can't fucking wait to get this thing going, man.
No foreign aid. No more wars.
No more wars. We'll just drop a fucking nuclear weapon on your ass.
Unless we're directly attacked. We will defend ourselves.
Feel that the way we have been conducting foreign policy up until now is the reason we haven't been attacked.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
Yeah, we don't believe that.
In fact, what we're doing would inspire more attacks against us because we're waging war in these other countries. We have, military bases in 148 different countries?
They're coming out?
For what?
Listen.
For what?
Governor, listen to me. You don't have to answer our questions. I got to go to commercial.
NATO?
I got to go to commercial. NATO. We don't even acknowledge it. All right. Listen to me. And you go to the YMCA with those Illuminatis. All right. And thank you.
Thank you, Howard. Yes. Always a pleasure.
A pleasure. And we will be back right after these words.
Mr. Governor?
Yeah.
I know you mentioned Howard's the perfect running mate because of his lack of special interest ties and, some of the other ways you can get around. He can still broadcast. But as a person, what about Howard's character appeals to you as a running mate?
Because I think Howard's an honest person. And I think that's extremely important. I believe I can look Howard in the eye, and when Howard says something to me, he's telling me the truth. And that's hugely important, and I hope that would never change.
Now, you guys joked around a lot about the possibility of a Ventura-Stern ticket.
Yeah.
What do you think, if you had to, put it in numerical odds?
Oh, the odds are certainly high that we, because the thing we truly have to overcome is the seriousness if we did do it. You have to show the people you're dead serious about it. But I know what that's like already, coming from the world of pro wrestling and being a governor and a mayor, is that, the minute you start seriously talking issues, and I'm being serious now, and doing those things, you'll find you can win the public over. And I believe the public really is striving for honesty today in their elected officials, which they don't have. One of the things that concerns me is the fact that I believe in today's world, to be the president, you have to be a great liar. And I'm not that. That would be difficult for me to stand on national TV and lie to the entire country about something. And I would hope and believe that it would never happen, that I'd always tell the truth. And let the chips fall where they may. And, Howard provides for me the mechanism that I would need to do this, and do it in the style that I want to do it, if not prostituting myself for the money. And that's important to me, is to not be caught up in all that money-making garbage that where people with money own the president and you owe them favors. The great thing about what we would accomplish if we did do this was we would owe no one, because we would only take money from everyday citizens and we would represent them rather than special interests and big corporations, like Howard said.
Well, here's to 2 years from now, you guys have truly shaken things up.
Hopefully. We'll see what happens. The only thing I'll finish with is it's all up to Howard, because I can't do it without him. And if he won't do it, then I won't do it, because I'm not going to just bark up the tree and fall victim like every other politician out there and become one of them. That's what I don't want to become, and I won't become that.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Governor.
Appreciate it. Always fun.
Governor, I'd like to introduce you to your Secret Service.
What's wrong with him?
You know what pisses me off more than anything? Scott DePace has already gone on record as saying he's not going to vote for us.
He hasn't even heard what you had to say.
You're such a fuck. You know that? I'm done with you.
Oh.
I mean, really.
The governor's saneness is suspect, as far as I'm concerned.
The governor what?
Huh? The governor's saneness is suspect.
Saneness? First of all, the word is sanity, Mr. High IQ.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
The governor's saneness. That rhymes with anus. I can't vote for him. The governor's saneness is in question.
Maybe you shouldn't be able to vote.
I think if you use the word saneness, I say you can't vote.
Yeah, they used to put tests in like that, and you would have failed, Scott.
You know what, Scott? I wouldn't even care what your politics is. Just because you're my friend, I would vote for you. And for you not to vote for me is ridiculous.
I'd like to vote for you, just not him.
Well, we go together.
Sorry, can't do it then.
What are you doing over there?
I'm doing this. You don't like it?
No.
Anybody else like this? Does anybody find this distracting? All right, I'll stop.
Thank you.
Look at this. Hello. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, right?
I could live in here. This is gorgeous.
People get breakfast now every...
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And look, we have a little snack pack. It's like a real show.
Yeah, right?
What is this? Oh, Wi-Fi information? Wow. Things are pretty amazing.
Not bad, huh?
Nice. Oh, look at this.
Wait till you see the bathroom.
Are you kidding?
Come here,
They
you gotta
fixed the
see
bathroom?
the bathroom. You gotta see the bathroom. Is that Robin?
This is Robin. Yes,
Guest bathroom.
Oh my goodness. This used to be like a storage closet. And you didn't find anything in here but
Pretty cool.
crap and the tickle chair. Beautiful. Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you here.
I have to show you something.
Oh, yeah?
Come on in. So you see it looks so nice, right?
Hello, how are you? Hi.
So good to see you.
It's good to see
How you doing?
I'm good.
We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Please, please go in.
Oh, my goodness.
There's rose petals for Robin. Handpicked by the interns.
Oh, my goodness. This is hysterical.
The second the show starts.
It's smaller than I remember it. Good morning, good morning.
So good to see you.
It's good to be back.
There she is. How you doing, Robin?
I'm good, I'm
You look
good.
great.
Oh, yeah, you look awesome.
Hey,
Welcome back.
Steve.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. It's good to see everyone.
Oh,
Hey!
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You look good. Awesome.
Thank you.
You're my favorite. Robin. Hey.
Hey!
Fantastic.
Well, thank you. Is Richard back there?
I don't know. I haven't seen him yet.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. It's good to see you.
It's great to see you.
Hey, I know. I'm holding up the work here.
Partying. You look great.
How are you?
Look at you. Are you prepared for today?
No.
No. Oh, no. Lisa,
you. It's good to see you. Thank you for all your help.
good to have you here.
Yes, I thought I'd come and drop by, see how
Why
things are
not?
done.
See how it's going.
Check up on everybody, make sure everybody's working.
I feel at this point you're bored here. Like you want to, you're ready to put in 5 minutes.
The place is beautiful. Now I've seen it, I can go back
Yeah,
home.
right. You didn't miss that much. It is a great day, Lisa, that Robin has returned. Triumphant.
Thank you.
Looks fantastic.
You do. Better than me, and I wasn't even sick.
Oh, please.
Well, I'm plenty sick in the head. All right. Let's go. Enough frivolity.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in over a year.
17 months.
For the first time in 17 months. Robin Quivers is in the studio with her triumphant music. And Gary is playing trumpet in your honor. Thank you, Gary. Look at his lips and teeth struggling with that instrument. It's a miracle any sound comes out of that trumpet. Come on. For Robin, do it right.
Hit one note, please.
One note right.
That's it.
There was one note.
Thank you.
You know, Robin, we said the other day, when Robin returns one day, we will welcome her with rose petals on the floor.
That's true. I thought you were joking.
And there they are. Did you walk on them?
I walked through them. Thank goodness they left me a path. They are undisturbed.
It is. It's a nice return.
It's pretty amazing. I was brushing my teeth this morning and thinking about going back on the air for the first time after surgery and how incredibly difficult that was.
Yes.
And today, not feeling anything at all. It's just a normal day. You can get up and brush your teeth and throw on your clothes and run out the door.
And I was thinking of a couple of things about your return. First of all, it's so great to have you physically here because I got so sick of just staring at Benji's boobs. Now I can look at yours. It was the only pair we had in here. And quite a pair his are. But it's nice to have a little diversity, too, in the office. I mean, our entire office is just filled with fat white guys, which is depressing.
Yes, we do need some diversity in here. How did that happen?
But never get sick again.
I plan not to.
I could never be without you again. And your beautiful face, your smile.
What, are you trying to make me cry?
Your enormous titties.
Oh, thank you for the comic relief.
I brought you back.
Okay.
That's right.
Yes.
No, seriously, I've been praying for this day, and I'm really happy that you are here, and it makes me very, very happy.
I had a feeling you thought this day would never come.
I really, you know what? Honestly, I did not think this day would come. I did not know. I was very, very depressed over your illness. I wasn't sure what the outcome was going to be. There was a time I really did think I was going to lose you permanently. And I'll tell you what, this is a pretty remarkable day that you are here triumphant and cured. I mean, I never would have predicted this, honestly. And I do like your new hairdo. Now, you sent me a picture of it. Mm-hmm. I liked it in the picture, but I like it better in person.
Yeah, a picture. I'm not photogenic. Pictures don't do me justice, especially when you're holding that iPhone.
Yeah, that was the iPhone. Was the way, you doing your self-portrait is not the way to do it. But like I said, I have been praying for this day, and the day is here. And it's so nice to have you here, and you can see our staff fuck up in person rather than do it over a little monitor.
It's going to be so much fun. You know, I could only see what the camera was pointing to for all this time. Now I can choose what I want to look at.
You know, I was thinking about it. You've only seen Richard drink beer out of his asshole on the camera.
That's true.
And if you want to see that in person, I'm going to make that happen for you today if you want.
I would like to see that live and in person.
Yeah.
I don't really believe it happens.
How much fatter does JD look in person?
JD actually...
He looked thinner to you.
Yeah, the studio looks small. All the people look bigger.
People look bigger. JD has actually gained the exact amount of weight that your tumor weighed.
Oh.
Yes, that they removed. So, in your honor.
Well, he was being very sympathetic.
Out of all the staffers, who are you most unexcited to see? Because I would think Benji, no?
That was the first name that popped into my head.
Benji, there you go. Benji, you win again.
I never even thought about seeing Benji, and then there he was.
Do you want to say something to Robin?
I'm very happy for you.
Love you, Benji.
That's right. Well, anyway, there it is. Robin is back. JD had a date last night with my wife. My wife looked beautiful as she left me sitting there working on my computer, doing stuff for our show.
So she was all glammed up?
Glammed up. JD picked her up at in the lobby of my building.
Ah.
And off they went to...
So it was like a real date.
It was like a real date. And JD, Beth said she had a great time with JD, that he was a lot of fun.
I feel bad for you.
There they are. There they are on the red carpet.
Let
you
me
can
see.
see.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, and they're holding hands. Yes,
Where,
and her
I
arm
think they
is
look great
through his...
together. What do you think? Fantastic.
JD actually looks handsome.
Who are you wearing?
Calvin Klein, courtesy of Macy's in New York City, Herald Square.
How's he doing? How do you think he looks?
I think he looks fabulous. When he showed up at my door, I said, JD, you look great. And then we walked about 10 feet, and I said, how do I look?
He never
Yeah, Beth told me that.
the compliment?
Beth told me that whole story. That, she walked down the lobby, and Beth had, got her hair done. She had her makeup. She had this gorgeous dress on. And she goes, JD, you look fantastic. Your suit, and you look handsome, and you look great. He goes, oh, thank you.
And that was it.
But that was it. And then she goes, oh, by the way, what about me? He goes, oh, that's a given. They look good.
What?
Yeah. Hey, it's unbelievable.
So sad. I'm glad he shaved.
Yeah. Yeah. She said she had a good time with you. How was the movie, by the way?
It's very good. Lives up to the hype.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's the George Clooney.
Sandra Bullock is awesome in it.
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you loved it.
Yeah. It's the 3D. Oh, my God.
Oh, is it 3D? I didn't realize. I thought it was like an independent type film. This is a big budget film.
Well, you think they can't shoot 3D independently?
No, they don't have money for that. No, I thought it was like a small art film or something.
No, I mean, it's small in the fact that it's like you only see basically two people throughout the whole movie.
But it's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
They're stranded in space. Don't give away the story. I don't want to know.
That's basically the situation.
I like that premise. Any Spider-Man or Batman in it?
No.
Not even Iron
Who
Man.
saved them then? Thor?
Yeah.
How do you know they get saved?
Was Loki in it?
No. There's no Marvel characters. No Avengers.
No Avengers whatsoever.
No, sorry.
Why would anyone go see that? Well, I guess you had a good time.
Yes.
And your beloved, what is it, Reds? They lost.
It was all your fault.
Well, they were losing 3-0 at the end of the movie, but I looked, and then I left, and I came here and I watched the rest of it, and the Pirates continued to score while the Reds couldn't hit shit.
You know what's so annoying about your date last night?
Oh no!
Like 5 people came up to Beth and told her how good I looked, and what did I have surgery? That's
No.
pretty fucking
No.
pathetic. Yeah. But it was a big date.
But I even like that move while I'm watching him on camera, and Lisa starts talking to Beth, and he just gets bored and looks off into space.
Well, I just know it's not like, for me, I'm not really comfortable with that sort of stuff, really.
Beth told me she thought JD had popcorn in his mouth during the movie because she couldn't understand the thing he was saying. Just like...
Exactly what did she enjoy about
I don't
this
like
whole
seeing
thing?
these impressions in person.
No, she said you're a good conversationalist. What did you, after the movie, she goes, JD, what did you think of the movie? He went,
I'm in space.
She sat next to Dan Rather through the movie.
Thank God she had someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Who sat next to Dan Rather?
Beth.
No kidding?
Yeah.
She had you on one side and Dan Rather.
Yeah, I had her sit next to Dan Rather because I didn't know. I didn't want.
You didn't want to talk to Dan Rather?
I didn't want to know. I didn't know what to say to him.
Oh, Mr. Rather.
I mean, he's a good guy.
I'm JD.
Said he loves Howard.
Hey, you're a real good guy.
It was a movie.
Oh, yeah? No kidding. Dan Rather was there.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty
Regis. The best part. Well, it's not the best part. It was awesome. Was leaving your building. Regis was coming into the building. It was one of the awesomest things I've seen.
Oh.
Because I love Regis. Sorry.
Okay.
It was one of the most awesomest things.
I'm sorry.
What'd you say to Regis? Anything?
I didn't say anything. I just walked.
Excuse me, Mr. Fallon. Oh, yeah, Regis. He's the life of the party.
Oh, yeah.
Was he like he's very up all the time?
Well, we were walking out, and he was walking in, and then he somehow he ended up showing up at the movie, but I didn't, I didn't.
He
we
followed
didn't hear.
you. Who is that young man?
All right. So Beth was sitting. Did Beth and Dan Rather talk at all?
Yeah, Beth started talking. She said she was talking about the movie a little bit.
Yeah. She's
So-
very, very social.
Now, what did you two talk about?
Just talked about whatever, like movies and stuff. I don't know. I don't remember.
She told me she talked about your career, and what you were going to do with your future. She told me you were telling her how you want to be a director and you want to direct film.
Yes.
Which
how lazy I am at doing it.
Well, I feel
Did you tell her that?
I feel you were coming on to my wife a little bit because when you give that director rap, girls start to see.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you getting what?
He's a director.
Would you like to act, my dear?
Could you lift that skirt up a little?
Let me see. I'm going to see you nude.
I will screen test.
Did you tell her you were working on a script?
Well, I mean, she asked if I was writing anything. I said no.
Not right now. He's on hiatus.
I've been on hiatus for the past 15 years.
I'm in the editing room.
Do you know if you can still write? You haven't done it.
I don't know, actually. I don't know if I know the proper, ways of writing things anymore.
Beth told me Dan Rather said to her, I think it's really sweet that you took an autistic kid to the movie. And she said, oh, no, this is JD.
What organization is he with?
I'm autistic.
I'm a director.
I really think I'm stupid. Just because I bang my head in the wall with a football helmet on.
I'm glad you're not on news anymore.
Yeah, fuck you.
You look good when you shave. Why do you let that?
I don't know. I just get like other things. I get lazy. I don't know.
So how far did you get with Beth? I saw you holding hands with her.
that was it. Maybe my arm around her waist. That was about it.
Is there any chance 9 months from now I'm going to wake up with a son in my house
no.
who's unintelligible and great at spelling and has a spoon collection?
He wears glasses.
You know, stranger things have happened.
And the kid won't be in his spoon collection because I'm not into a spoon collection.
I got you a baby spoon.
I'm not into spoons.
Well, I'm not.
You're
The
not?
baby will have a short-lived spoon collection.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's your spoon song? I love that one.
I don't know.
They took it down, huh?
Aw.
I love that one.
I'm sure they'll put it up.
No, they took it down. Fuckers.
Didn't it feel good to get all dressed up and have a beautiful woman with you?
Well, okay. I'm not into being dressed up. It was nice getting the compliments and stuff finally for once. You know, I've been told I look like shit. But, you know, then they were so cool with that.
You know what JD told me? He was on the red carpet with Beth. and that it's unbelievable. And the paparazzi are taking pictures of him and Beth. They start booing JD. And I go, why would they boo you? Because they didn't want him in the picture? Which is so rude. Like,
That's so wrong.
No, I knew. Listen, I know that she's the star. You know, the pictures. People know who she is, and they don't know who I am. Like, after the pictures got taken, I had to come up with people have to ask me who I am. So I was like, you know, I have to try to think of a fake name. But
Just a moment ago, he finished the sentence with gobbledygook that I had never heard.
I was asking who I don't blame him.
Things haven't changed much, Robin, have they?
Beth got home. She tore my clothes off. She fucked me like crazy and said, never, ever leave me alone with JD.
Hey, come on.
Hey, maybe that's a good reason to send her out with him again.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Glad to do a bro a solid.
Yes. In fact, everyone thought JD was a comedian last night. He went on the red carpet. They said, what are you wearing, JD? He goes, Macy's. And they thought he was a scream. He was a huge hit. Meanwhile, you look good in your suit.
You did.
You did.
You.
And Beth said she had a great time, so that's nice.
All that matters. I had a great time. Thank you. Oh,
there's the power couple.
oh my God. Could that be a worse freeze frame on my mouth? Jesus.
You look good. I don't know why you had to hold hands with Beth. Did she insist?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to. I didn't insist that.
I didn't insist that.
Seems a little weird you holding hands with my wife, but.
I don't know what to tell
She
you.
probably thought it would be funny.
Yeah, well, let's hope.
Leading me along like a puppy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you look good.
But anyway, everyone should go see Gravity in 3D. Thank you. That's it.
Did you enjoy being with Beth?
Yeah, you know, she's easy to talk to and stuff.
Oh,
she's a good conversationalist.
Yeah.
Better than me.
You're kidding. Because I always think of you as a better conversation.
Right, okay.
Sometimes I doubt why I married her.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, Regis was knocking on my door, and he said, Beth is cheating on you. He was really concerned for me. I thought it was kind of sweet, honestly.
That's why he was following you.
Yeah, but it was a good time, right?
On.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and the movie sounds great. I got to go see it.
Yeah.
What time did you get home? Beth said she was home by 9.
Yeah. I was here by 9:30, 10 o'clock.
I tell you, I was asleep. I was just so beat yesterday. I was just fucking exhausted. I did some work for the show, and then I went right to sleep.
Oh.
That was it.
Yeah. I got a couple hours, in the afternoon, and I came back here.
Yeah, then I woke up, and I saw Beth this morning, and she told me all about the date. Why don't you wear your suit to work? The guy from Rolling Stone's here. He would have written that up.
Big news.
Big Robin article, huh?
Yes.
Any shot on the cover for Robin, or is that a touch? No? You didn't get the shot? Thanks, JD.
How JD?
I think Paul McCartney based me out.
Yes.
So, all the hype in your head, how did it match up to what actually went down?
The whole experience?
Yeah.
It went about as good as it didn't go bad. The worst case scenario didn't happen, so that's good.
Which was
just make a fucking complete idiot of myself and, fucking piss off celebrities or something. And I didn't really deal with any celebrities. So.
Did you picture yourself tripping on the red carpet? Just sort of a clumsy moment?
Oh, yeah.
You went through what are some of the other scenarios that could have possibly happened?
I don't know, just saying just the wrong thing to Beth or, just meeting someone and just, I don't know, just not going well.
Did you have a drink at all while you were?
No, completely sober.
Wow.
Robin has written a book called The Vegication of Robin, and she's out doing publicity. She will be at 4 o'clock. Howard 100 News presents The Vegication of Robin. This is where Robin will be speaking with our very own Lisa G. and John Lieberman and discussing her new book.
Yeah, they grilled me quite a bit yesterday about the book.
Right, so that'll air at 4. 5 o'clock, you got Dr. Harry Fish. 7 o'clock, Dealing Straight. Almost sounds like a real radio station. It's awesome.
Lots going on over there.
What
on
can I tell you?
101.
Go figure. So I see your Rolling Stone reporters here. You got your beat yet on the article? Have you interviewed Robin yet, or you got it?
Yeah, I think we did 6 to 7 hours of interview.
Really?
Yeah.
What, are you writing a book?
He knows more about me than anyone at this point.
Well, look, I mean, that's some story she's got, right?
She definitely, and Robin's pretty good at talking.
Oh, please. Once she gets started, you can't get out of there. 7 hours.
There was one day he came to my house and, we were talking, and at a certain point, I was like, okay, what are we doing here? And he was like, well, maybe we ought to wrap it up. He says, usually by this time, most people are tired.
The woman has energy. I mean, even when she was going through chemo and radiation, I have to tell you. By the way, I'm talking to Brian from Rolling Stone. By the way, I still love Rolling Stone. What a great magazine.
Thank you.
Even though I saw Jan at a party this summer, and he blew me off.
Oh, he did?
He ignored me. He ignored me, and I had just had dinner with the guy, like a few weeks before
How does he do that? What did you do at dinner?
At dinner, we had a great conversation, and then, I don't know.
And that was it? He didn't want to talk to you anymore?
I saw him at a party. It was like he was standing 2 feet away from me, and I was like, hey, Jan. And he just said, okay. Must have offended him.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Have you ever actually talked to Jan?
Yes, I do talk to Jan. Yes.
Good for you. How long you been with Rolling Stone?
It's like almost 8 years now.
Can you make decent money, or is it like a side job?
Not like Howard Stern money, but
do they pay you a full-time salary?
They do. I'm on staff. Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Can you make a couple of hundred?
Not me, no.
No, but you get side projects and shit, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. You're in bad shape. Hope Robin fed you.
He wouldn't take anything. He's very good.
Really? No water, nothing?
He got some water.
Right.
Seltzer.
Seltzer.
That's right. Robin's big on seltzer. Good for you, Robin. Smart. That way you get a good article. Give a guy free seltzer, and you'd be surprised. They appreciate it. It's a beautiful thing. Well, I look forward to reading the article.
Thanks.
You getting a lot of pussy being a Rolling Stone reporter? Boy, back in the day, you could get tons. I don't know about now.
Yeah, I don't even know if back in the day. I've never... yeah, I'm married.
Oh, yeah? Kids?
Yeah.
And the whole thing. Where you live, in Jersey?
No, East Village.
East Village? Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so bohemian. That's so Rolling Stone.
So Rolling Stone, yeah.
Yeah, we're raising the children in Manhattan.
We live in the village.
Yeah, Jan, we have an apartment in the city, too. Good. All right, it sounds like a good life. Oh, boy. I hope he writes a nice article about it.
I hope so, too.
Yeah, I hope so. Did you do the photo shoot for Rolling Stone yet?
No, that's today.
Oh. Well, are you doing too much? This is what I'm talking about. I knew it.
Here we go.
You know what my mother says?
I do one thing a day. Let me tell you, all this running around and carrying on, it's too much. And Robin had a serious illness. Who are you talking to? Talking to Howard. Who? Howard. Who? Howard! It's Howard on the phone. What was I saying? Look, not that anyone asked, but let me tell you. I do one thing a day. I'll go to the store, I'll do my shopping, and then I come home, I meditate, we eat our lunch, and I'll meditate again. And that's it. Your father and I, that's our routine. Your father will go to the track, he comes home, we do our lunch, and we do our ablutions, and we do our meditation. And when you see this Robin, she carries on with going here and there. I mean, it's her first day back in the studio. And she doesn't, and then she's going to go running to a Rolling Stone. It's too much.
Look, I'll sleep through the shoot, okay?
What was that, Robin?
I'll sleep through the shoot.
Well, listen, you're a big comedian, and listen, you're a big girl, but you can do what you want. But I'm telling you, you're doing too much. Now, where do you think all these cancers and things come from?
Where do they come from? Running around?
It comes from your stress and running and doing. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to Howard and Robin. Who? Howard. Howard? Oh. That was your father. Believe me, your father's the same way.
Same way how?
We don't do too much.
Ah.
And it's important to get your rest and to relax.
Well, you might have something, you two are very healthy.
I'm very healthy. Look, not so fast. I'm, after all, 85 years old,
Yes.
And I'll tell you something. I'm not setting myself up as the expert. Far be it from me. But you should get more rest. And you know I'm right.
Well, I've been resting for 17 months.
What is that? You're resting? Yeah, you think laying in bed from cancer is resting? That's not resting, Robin. That's
that?
Very stressful.
Oh.
And let me tell you, I rest constantly.
And then you take another rest.
Huh? You're funny. I mean, look, do what you want. You want to make jokes? Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Okay? I'm not the one who got cancer.
That's true. That's
right.
true. I should be listening. You're right.
Sitting there with a grapefruit-sized tumor. I mean, you think that's what you're looking for, right? You think that's funny? That's a big yak. You're yakking it up. Who's yakking it up? Robin. Who? Robin. Robin! You're yakking it up. What is she laughing about? She's laughing from cancer. I mean, what is that? Robin's laughing about the cancer. Yes, she thinks it's funny. She doesn't get enough rest. What? She doesn't get rest, deep rest. What? She doesn't get deep rest. Oh.
Well, you know what? I have to go out and promote this book, and then I'm going to go back to resting. I will not do too much.
Howard?
She said she's got to promote a book.
She's going to promote a book?
Yes. That's what she just said.
Oh, good for her.
All right, Robin. There's your advice.
All right. I'm listening.
Here we are.
My dear, right back where we left off.
That's right. Hardly skipped a beat.
Exactly. It feels just like old times. So, Robin, I mean,
yes.
You can see everyone through your feed, which I know...
Well, I really couldn't see everyone. Like, I couldn't see anybody behind the camera, behind the scenes. You know, sometimes I'd know they were there. Mostly, I only saw the people who walked into the studio to be on air.
And I know the show provided you with, it's just some normalcy that you were able to do it every morning. So
yeah.
From that standpoint, you felt like life was continuing on
Absolutely. It was a fun thing to do every day.
But now that you're here, you see all the sights, you smell all the smells, unfortunately, but what was it like? What were some of the things that were jarring or that hit you upon walking back into the compound?
Well, first of all, you clean the place up. It didn't look like this when I left. So it was interesting to see, I had heard Howard talking about the redecorating and all the new art that's hung on the walls and all that stuff. So it was interesting to see what everything looked like. And then it was interesting to just have a personal moment with everybody on the staff.
Right. As far as some of the visual and sensory things, what did you miss the most about actually sitting in your booth live? Like, what was the one thing that was really lacking when you were doing the show over ISDN?
The thing that I missed most was actually being able to greet the guests after they had done the show. You know, and I would always come into the studio and say hello. And that was missing. You know, I especially felt it when Bryan Cranston was here, because I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan. And, you know, I'll never really get to meet him, maybe, because he may never do the show again. But there he was. And, you know, a lot of old friends who were coming in and out all the time that I couldn't say hello to.
Right, so those candid behind-the-scenes moments that there's almost like perks of the job to be able, you know, you get to interview them, but then afterwards to be able to sort of rub elbows and
or
get them,
thank them
right.
and say, you know, thank you for coming in, that sort of thing.
Well, you certainly came back with a bang, because David Arquette, I'm sure that was a wonderful...
a reunion.
Yeah, a wonderful greeting. I was watching from afar with extreme
Were you
jealousy.
jealous?
I was jealous, and I was making sure he didn't take any liberties with you on your first day back.
He was a good boy. He was a good boy. He has a girlfriend now.
I like David a lot, but I have to admit my fists were clenched. I was ready just in case. Well, anyway, I'm so happy you're back. And
Thank you.
Here's to another great year up here.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thanks, Robin.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hi, I'm Scott the Engineer, and on Monday's wrap-up show, we got into a conversation about wiring in the studio. Howard was pulling wiring from under the console, and he kind of didn't like it. And then we talked about my orgasm tape. Now, people say that was fake, but hey, I'm known for realism. I never fake anything, especially orgasms.
Howard keeps bumping into cables that Scott says aren't there, and I'm missing something there, Gary. Are they there or are they not there?
They're there. They're there. There's cables underneath Howard's console, and so I hate to give Scott shit, but it was such a classic Scott conversation. I said, Scott, we probably 2 times in the last 2 months I've had to have him do the rewiring down there. Hey, there's wires that are loose down there. So Howard and I were talking. And Howard's got 3 monitors in front of him. One of them is, Gary Page 1. One of them Howard plays his stuff off of. One of them is the monitor where he looks at calls that are being screened. Mm-hmm. So they all blacked out. I didn't see it, but Howard goes, the monitors just all went out. So I go out to Scott. I said, listen, Scott, there's a bunch of wires under the console, and Howard's monitor is blacked out. And he goes, well, that's impossible. Right? So I'm like, okay. What I think he was saying is there may be wires there.
But that's not the cause of the monitors going out.
So I'm like, well, could you go in and take a look at it? So he goes in and looks at it, and then Howard kicks them again, and the monitors go out right in front of us. And Scott goes, oh, okay. So it was really a nuance, but I could tell what really pissed Howard off. Howard goes, Scott, you got to wrap these cables up. And so Scott, a little bit sarcastically, said, yes, I need to wrap those cables up. And there was a little bit of sarcasm in his voice, and that irritated Howard.
Understandably.
Yes.
And so it went from impossible to possible, and then he tops it off by sarcastically responding to Howard, telling him to get it done.
Yeah, and he had a little bit of a smile on his face, which it was very funny. I mean, it's funny when it's not me.
Yeah. So Scott was like being a joke. Sometimes he's a jokester. I don't know if he was joking if you heard his orgasm clip today, but
he's going to come in and say that he took it very seriously, but he had a little bit of a cavalier attitude today that I didn't know where it was coming from.
All right, we'll see if we can find out where that was coming from. And then at the end, Heather came in, who was with Beth, and talked about how she has no TV in her place. And Robin led a whole conversation about how your kids should eat and with chicken McNuggets and this and that. I don't know if I could have survived without a TV in my place, Gary, growing up.
I like to think, remember the show on HBO, Dream On?
Yes.
Remember how that show, remember the start of that show where
plopped right in front of the TV.
Right in front of and it would show the Brady Bunch and all these different shows. I was like, yeah, that was me. And you know what? I always say very proudly that me spending all those years in front of the TV is why I got the job here. Howard wanted, before the internet and all that other shit, I could remember the stupid songs, the stupid movies, the theme songs, who was on what show, who did what. That was my value.
You're preaching to the choir here. I wouldn't have a career if it wasn't for television. But we need to interrupt this fascinating conversation with a fascinating conversationalist. What's with this cavalier attitude? Is Gary categorizing you unfairly?
There was something going on today. You were being a bit of a jokester, and I could tell Howard said, we got to wrap these wires up, and you go, yes, we have to wrap these wires up. You were like being a little sarcastic.
Not really. I mean, there are
something going on there.
I didn't see any wires, so I don't know. No, there are wires, and we thought they were out of the way. I mean, that they were supposed to be taped. We've had this conversation before.
Right, but I told you that there were wires there. And I left out the part where he goes, I said, well, the wires are out again. And he goes, well, Howard has very long legs.
And he does.
So it's Howard's fault? It's Howard's fault?
No, it's not his fault. We're going to take care of it. I told Evan to make sure that they're lifted off the floor and they're hanging on the board that's down there. And
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Howard said to him, he goes, Scott, they make a tube. You take the tube and you tape it up top so that nobody can get to it.
We don't need a tube, but there's also a power outlet strip down there which has to be moved as well. So
how did it go from impossible to this, though?
You did say to me, I said, Howard's got wires down there. You didn't. You said that's impossible.
Well, because I've been through this before with Evan. When it happened before, I said, make sure these wires are out of the way.
Yeah, but then the answer would be, I can't believe that. You said it was impossible as if the wires could have no chance of having anything to do with Howard Screen's blackout. Then when you saw it,
I still believe that those wires down there, because they're mostly TV stuff, have nothing to do with those screens blacking out.
Then why were the screens blacking out?
The screens blackout, we've been through this before. That's an updating profit thing that happens. We've been through this with the person that involved in that. So the screens do black out, so do mine. On profit every once in a while. I think they're two separate issues.
But Howard kicked the wires and then the screen's blacked out.
Is that a weird coincidence? Like Howard kicks the wire on the screen?
I think that's a weird coincidence, yes.
I'm sorry.
I do.
I'm sorry.
You know how crazy that sounds, right? If I kick a wire and the monitor goes out and then it happens again, that's a coincidence?
Yes, I do.
You know what I think it is? I think that down there,
Yeah.
within that mix of TV wires,
There should be nothing.
hold on, is down there in that mix of TV wires is a power strip that controls the three monitors that should not be anywhere near Howard's foot.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
We'll figure it out, but I don't believe that.
Okay. So this is Evan's fault and the guy's updating profits fault.
No.
And a little bit of TV.
Yeah.
And TV.
It's not my
TV.
fault.
Clearly.
Yeah,
Well, Howard
never
kicked
my
it.
fault.
It's his fault.
And Howard's long legs.
Howard's
Who's out to
long
that?
legs, yeah. If he didn't have such long legs, we wouldn't have this conversation.
All right. I'll move off of this and move on to something more comfortable, which was your orgasm
Oh,
clip.
my. Yeah.
They
caught me on a bad day.
Now, were you taking that seriously? Were you joking around a little bit? What was your motivation there? How did you work
A little
that?
both. It was the easy, obviously, you get. You don't get?
No, what's that?
It comes from Easy Evan, which everybody makes fun of me. Scott's easygoing.
Right.
He doesn't.
So you were doing a callback in
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't.
That was a reference.
I didn't catch that.
You didn't
but go
catch
on.
that. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, that was
And then the rest?
The rest was kind of simulation.
And were Richard and Sal encouraging you, or did you do that on your own?
No, they were sitting there.
But is yours? Because they asked me to do it.
I think that's a little over the top.
Right. But was it based on any reality?
Not really.
Are you usually quiet when you're doing that?
Quiet, yeah. I'm quiet. I'm a lot quieter. I do make a little noise, but not much.
Not like that.
Not like that.
Or like that, like what Benji just did.
That was Benji.
That's me.
Did Richard and Sal understand you were doing a callback in the beginning?
I think they got it.
Oh, but you didn't confirm that. You weren't sure.
No. I mean, they laughed, and
Whose do you think was creepiest? JD's, Ronnie's, or Scott's?
Ronnie's.
Why?
Because he's my grandfather. I think that you get to a certain age where I don't want to think of you as a sexual being.
Benji, you agree?
I don't find them creepy, but like I thought Scott, I found yours the least sincere. It didn't turn me on one bit.
I'm sorry I didn't turn you on. Maybe we'll go in a private room.
But Ronnie sounded like it sounded real to me. I don't know if that's really how he sounds.
Oh, you thought that was real? That was ridiculous.
That was pretty good, Gary.
He's doing porn stars.
Yours just got to me too.
So you don't think Ronnie's really like that when push comes to shove?
I think Ronnie's a dirty talker, but I don't think he moans like that.
Oh, so you think he's quiet like Scott is?
I think he's like, most guys aren't screamers and yellers. It's just for movies.
Well, not screaming, but don't you like?
Yeah, but that's okay. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's
the whole
thing.
1.25 seconds. And it'll go on for like 10 seconds.
I mean, you may do like that.
Now, how did this compare to the guy who came in with the world's sexiest voice today? Did Howard learn anything from him, or
he learned that when a guy proclaims himself something, it doesn't mean it's true. But it was, people were like, "How come you put that guy on? You're having all these big guests on." But that's like what we do. We brought the guy in to see what his story was. It was goofy.
And Joe, took a lot of pride in what he did, and he said, as a kid, as his voice got deeper, people had told him that he had a really sexy voice.
I thought it was a lot like. Like your neighbor, the kid can sing, and everybody, they might be the best singer on the block, and everyone says, "Oh, you should be a professional singer." People must say, "Oh, you should be in radio. You have this great voice. You have such a sexy voice." But maybe he does just for the neighborhood. I don't know if he's the sexiest voice.
Sexiest voice in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going for something bigger than that.
Right. He could, with work, he has a nice deep voice.
Yeah.
And if he had the proper training, he could be an announcer. Sexy voice, I didn't get it, so it didn't work for me. But he could be an announcer.
Who here do you think has the sexiest voice?
I can't
on the staff.
Guys, I Benji, I love Benji's voice.
No, I'm serious.
I'm told that all the time.
Yeah,
that I have
an
an
best.
incredible voice.
With your eyes, with your blue eyes.
Not even if you don't see my eyes. I'm told, which is funny because I know it's squeaky, but I'm told all the time I have the sexiest voice.
I will tell you who a lot of women have told me. Have you ever heard Fred you ever hear Fred to be a DJ?
Yes.
Like when Fred's, talking to you, and Fred's got this sort of smooth, sort of calming voice. I've heard women say he's got a great voice.
I'd like to take Fred on. We call people anonymously, and we'll see who doesn't call the police.
Hey, it's Gary Delabate, Baba Booey. On Tuesday's wrap-up show, Robin Quiver stopped by. That was a big deal because Robin hasn't been by the show for, almost a year and a half, right when her illness started. She came by, she answered questions from listeners, questions from me, questions from Benji. It was very interesting and great to have her back. Here's how it went.
Let's start off with Paul McCartney. And whenever Paul McCartney, he's gone from a dream pet project to his third trip up here, which is pretty amazing. Right?
When I think of how much time I spent trying to get him up here the first time, years, literally, I think it was 10 years in a row, he would be the first call I would make every year for Howard's birthday. I figure shoot high, and I would always get shot down. And yeah, now that, it's fair to say that Paul McCartney is a regular on the Howard Stern show. In fact, I was pitching another guest last week, and I said, Paul McCartney has made this a regular stop whenever he's got something to promote.
And he has a good time with Howard. And he's sitting there on the couch, very comfortable, answering every question about all the songs that he's written. And it's the one guest, though, where I think you see Howard he's not nervous, but he definitely is in awe because this is a Beatle he's talking to.
I was going to say, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, but Howard becomes a fan. I've seen Howard be a fan. Like, Howard's a fan of a show. But at the end of the day, it's still Howard is watching the show. Howard's a fan in a way, like the excitement, you can really feel it. Like you know that Paul has had an influence on his life. There's not many people that fit that bill.
Yeah, and he's looking at him sort of as the kid growing up watching the Beatles, and he talked about how whatever they did, he did. They were trendsetters for a lot of people, but obviously him. And at the end of the interview, Howard gave a genuine thank you, and you can tell it wasn't lip service, and Paul appreciated that, and I thought that was a sweet moment.
Yeah, Howard went to a lot of different places today. I even thought that you always get like a little crumb of what his and John's relationship is, and I thought the story he told about how he would, when he was in school, he would say, "I've written some songs." And people would be like, cool. And John goes, well, yeah, I got some songs too. Like right from the get-go at 15, they're like, well, you want to do this? Let's do this.
And also how they describe the way they collaborate. Paul saying, he's writing Getting Better. And the easy thing would be to write whatever. And John says it can't get much worse, and how they were just a match made in heaven. And it reminds me a lot of this young lady coming here now with Howard, because they just gel in a way that is sort of like you don't script that stuff. Either you click or you don't. And when it's right, you can do some legendary stuff. And Robin, so glad to see you here.
Yes, I thought I'd come down and say hi to the wrap-up show today. And it's funny that you should mention that, because that thought occurred to me when he was talking about that writing process between him and John.
Because with you and Howard, it always seems, I mean, I know you guys have had your ups and downs, but there's just a natural flow, natural chemistry, and you both feel very comfortable with one another. And you've got millions and millions of people listening, hanging on your every word, which is sort of Beatles-esque, because they had the same type of effect on people.
Well, I just think it's when that collaboration is right, you just find whatever idea you had just got pumped up, like on steroids, because they just take it to the next level for you. It's like, oh, here's a great idea. It was sort of like, when I just happened to, yesterday it happened when I just said, oh, they're doing this Dr. Ruth Broadway show. And Howard said, well, how great would it be if Pam Anderson played Dr. Ruth? And then all of a sudden it became a completely different idea.
And I would imagine it's effortless at this point with you guys.
Yeah.
And that's, as an audience, you sort of can appreciate that over time. And I think with McCartney, it's the same thing with Lennon. They just were the perfect marriage. And of course, the results speak for themselves.
Yeah, I always say that Howard's like the world's greatest dance partner, because he leads and he makes you such a great dancer that you don't realize when you try to dance by yourself, you're not really as good as you thought you were. But seriously, like I'll go in there and I'll start talking to him, and he just starts leading me, and I was like, well, this is so effortless. And then you go talk to somebody else, you're like, this is so fucking hard. You must be dealing with that a lot now when you're on your book tour, right? You have to deal. I mean, some of your interviews, but you get some dumb.
But you just basically tell your story, or you do whatever you're going to do. You don't look for that collaboration.
No, you look. Sometimes you can't find any collaboration.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why you just bother. Right. I know what I'm going to say, and I know what I want to do, and I'll just throw this in here or there. I'm not looking for what I get when I'm talking to Howard.
It sounds like with this extra interview, though, that you did with Beth, there was a little bit more than that.
Beth was amazing, because when we sat down, she says, oh, I'm so nervous about the interview. And I said, what are you nervous about? And she said, well, I want to do a good job, and, I want to, get to something really substantive. And I said, well, you have a perspective on this that no one else has. And she was like, what? And I said, you know what Howard actually went through. No one else has this knowledge. And from that, she says, yes, you got to say that this is what we're going to talk about. And that's sort of how the interview rolled out.
Is Howard's ego going to be out of control after he watches this interview?
Yes, I really do think he'll, think he has the ability to heal, and he'll be touching people, laying on hands, and doing the whole thing.
You know what this makes me think of? Remember when Howard saved the guy from the bridge?
Yes.
And then he started playing Mariah Carey's Hero. And she go, you can be my hero. And he's like, yes, I am a hero. That was like balloon head.
I mean, it could get to that point again.
Hey, did you ever get to a point that you were like trying magical type stuff?
Trying magical type stuff, I don't consider it magical, but I did a lot of things that were not necessarily, in the
I mean,
cancer rule
like
book.
Going to a healer, that kind of
No, I didn't go to a healer, but I had a Reiki master. I did reflexology a lot. I did everything I could to lower my stress level, because, it's very stressful to have this and then go through these treatments and wonder if they're going to work out. And so I did a lot of things that were calming and healing in that way.
This is a really personal question, but I'm curious. Did you pray?
Did I pray? I didn't ever do that kind of thing, where you're sitting there going, dear
God,
Lord,
if you let me out.
please, please. No, that never really happened. I think it happened in other ways. Like, boy, I really want to get out of this. It wasn't like a prayer to any particular God.
But you never lost your energy. Like, you never lost your...
I did. I was faking it. That was that character that comes on.
That character's pretty amazing because, and, you know, we talked about this when you were out, but, you know, you were on the air a couple days after. We know what you went through, and I'm not going to single out Benji, but other people, you know, come in late, have different issues. You're battling this, yet you're on the air every single day. But I would think that's kind of what motivated you and kept you going, because during that time, you were Robin on the Howard Stern show, and you got to think about that.
For 4 hours every day, I didn't have to be sick, and I could just sit and have fun with people. And while that microphone was on, I really didn't feel pain. I really wasn't uncomfortable. I was there. I was in a zone. I go into a zone with the show, and so the rest of the world doesn't really matter.
Is it strange being back here live in studio?
Yeah, it is a little strange. The first day, I've had, you know, the camera view of Howard.
Right.
The whole time I was at home. And so the first day when the console was way up high and all I could see was the top of his head, I was like, oh, that's weird. I can't see him.
But wasn't it also weird for you to come into, I mean, you came into a different office.
Well, the surroundings have changed radically, and it's really beautiful. And, you know, there's a bit of a different attitude. You know, it's much more professional. I just noticed today that Paul McCartney's name was on the door of his green room.
You don't even know the half of it.
And
Do you know that we give out gift bags to the guests?
Well, Howard, you said something about a gift bag to me yesterday or the day before, and I was like, oh, we've even got a gift bag, and there's little snacks.
Did you see the bidet in the bathroom?
No, there's no bidet in the
No, but did you notice that even our, this is my favorite.
The bathroom has no tickle chair.
That's right. Our bathroom here that the guests would go in was a storage facility. So at one point, there was a tickle chair was in there. The robo-spanker was in there. There would be a giant closet. Sometimes it would be open with props of like dildos and everything.
Right, yeah. There were days, you know, because I used to go in there to do my makeup, and I'd back up and fall into the tickle chair trying to get my makeup on.
Those days are gone.
I thought you just wanted to be tickled.
Getting back to McCartney for a second, Gary and I were saying in the beginning, it's the guest that you see. Howard becomes this fan with Paul, and he does a great interview, but it's like one of the only times you'll see Howard act that way. Is there anybody else who he acts that way with, as far as you can, with Rickles a little bit? Maybe, like, I'm trying to think of other people that he does that with.
Yeah, because I'd have to think about that for a little while. But there are, you definitely get those times. Well, the first time it happened, and I always think this is funny. Like our very first guest,
Soupy
Sales, and I had been working with Howard only, I don't know, less than a year at that point. And, I thought he was amazing right from the very beginning. And then, all I knew of Soupy Sales was the dopey, stupid roles he'd do in movies and the guest shots on TV talk shows. And so I didn't really think that much of Soupy. And Howard's like, oh my God, Soupy Sales is coming in. And I'm like, what? You're excited about Soupy Sales? He's like, Robin, you have no idea. And he did. He did this gushingly fan-based interview. And Soupy loved it, of course.
Little did you know how that relationship would play out over time.
Yeah, we had no idea in the future we'd be at odds with Soupy and actually at war. But that first interview, and I was like, wow, that's your idol, huh?
Were you upset that Howard didn't realize that your book was dedicated to him?
Well, it was such an aside, yesterday when I was with Beth. And I had sent the book to him, and then I didn't hear anything. And I thought, well, maybe he just doesn't think that much of the book being dedicated to him. And then she said, Robin, do you realize he didn't know that the book was dedicated to him until I pointed it out to him on Sunday? And I'm like, are you kidding me? And she's like, no, he skipped right over that part, went to the meat of the book, and never even saw it.
Eric in Jersey, welcome to the Wrap-Up Show.
Thanks, John. I just wanted to check in with Robin, let her know that I'm a devoted listener. I hated the secrecy surrounding, why you weren't in the studio. But after the explanation last week or the week before, I wanted to thank you because I felt like as a listener, I had a role in your recovery.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I felt like I was part of, I did my part by shutting my mouth, listening to the show, and just just hoping that everything turned out okay. So
yeah, people don't realize how much of a therapy it was for me to be able to get up and just have the show to do every day, and not to have it focus on me and how I'm doing all the time.
Did you ever get out of the zone and something like jarred you that we were talking about that emotionally was very, very tough to handle?
I remember when Roseanne's Tom Arnold came in, and at that time I had an ileostomy.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Arnold came in and he started talking about how he blew out his butt with oxycodone and had to have a temporary ileostomy. I was like, that motherfucker. I wasn't having fun. I wasn't doing oxycodone, and I'm in the same shape.
It was interesting because I talked to Robin about this off the air, and I realized I have never talked to her about it on the air. So when the guests would come in, I would have to say to the guests, and by the way, Robin's not in studio. She's doing the show from home via ISDN line, so just don't reference that she's not here. The audience knows she's not here, but don't say, where's Robin? Because it slows the show down. And it was such a social study. Some people would be like really cool, and some people would get like this almost like funeralistic look and tone. I remember Bradley Cooper getting very serious and going, I know, how is Robin? But people would take on this tone, but everyone would look at me like, I know. They would grab my hand. I'm like, I'm not the sick one.
I also love when the guests were in there and you would start speaking, they would look to your booth and start talking to your booth, even though...
George Takei was so much fun to watch because he always talked to the booth. He never stopped talking to the booth when I spoke.
And the other weird thing was there was about a half a dozen people who weren't big fans of the show, didn't know the show really well. And I would tell them that, and it seemed, in my mind, for some reason, they all seemed to be English. And they would go, fuck you, I'm going right in, and go, where the fuck is Robin?
But some of the other things, because I was watching everyone, I could see everyone through I was Skyped the TV feed. And so I could see everyone as they were in the studio. And there were... sometimes the strippers or the porn stars didn't quite get the explanation.
Right.
And there were people who'd be looking up in the sky. Where's that woman coming from?
I promise you it was explained to all of them.
Hey, if it didn't make a difference to anyone, but it was just purely how you felt about it, do you like doing it better from home or coming in?
Well, there's certainly an ease to just walking down my hall and sitting there, but it's much better to be in the studio.
Why?
It's much better because there are things that, I can only see what the camera decides to show me at home. And sometimes the camera didn't work. That was another thing. Every once in a while there was a technical problem and I'd be doing the show completely blind. And so that never worked. And you always had that that fear that technically something will drop out. At least if I'm here, it can be compensated.
What about, because I always wondered about this, because I know when I'm doing the show with Howard, there's a lot of eye contact going on between Howard and I that tells me what to do or not do.
Right.
That must have been really missed.
I adapted. There was one day that I totally lost the video feed, and we had guests in, and it was a band. I can't remember what band it was, and it was very hard at that point because there were so many elements.
Right.
And I said, I just got to lay back. I can't do much because I don't know what's happening.
Right.
Your relationship with Howard, you guys have always been close, but I would imagine your ordeal has brought you even closer. Did you even think that was possible, number one? And number two?
I still don't think it brought us closer. It just, things had to be done and exercised that had never, switches had to be flipped that had never needed flipping before. That was the only thing it felt like to me. I've always been sort of a self-sufficient human being, and all of a sudden I didn't need just a little help. I needed a huge amount of help, and he just took over.
Yeah, I think for me, watching this whole thing go down with you two, is the headline is, you think of some of the great partnerships in the history of entertainment. You talk about John Lennon and McCartney, and Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. They had this thing, and none of them lasted.
No.
People burn out on each other, and the story for me was this incredible 33, 35-year friendship that you guys never sort of had to really acknowledge.
No, it was just like, it just sort of sat in a box and never got used. And so it was just like, all right, this actually works. All these, we never tested it before, but the system works.
Another person you said was very close and really caring during this was none other than the great Ronnie Mund, which surprised some people because they don't necessarily think that Ronnie is that kind of guy.
So sensitive and so sweet. He's amazing.
Oh, let's not get carried away. Huh?
No, he was there visiting me every time he could, and
True.
just texting me little notes of encouragement or just wishing me a happy holiday. I was just like, wow, there's Ronnie's right there.
No one knows that side of you.
Only me.
They probably won't ever know that side of me.
Somebody that works here closely with us described Ronnie as a big ball of mush.
Yeah.
Who said that?
I'm not going to tell you.
It really is true, though. I mean, he's got a very soft center.
I hear that from somebody that lives in my house, too.
Why are you embarrassed by being called a big ball of mush?
Hey, come on, man. That's a little gay, don't you think?
What's gay about it?
I don't know. Big ball of mush. I call my son's dog a big bowl of mush.
Is he gay?
He might be. Who knows? He's always smelling my dog's ass. So.
But you realize, I mean, Howard, Ronnie, you can attest this better than I can, but the show is a family in a way. And when this kind of stuff goes down, people show up or they don't, I guess. They're there for you or they're not. And I know some people...
And sometimes they show up and you say, don't.
That's where I'm going with this, Benji. You mentioned that, of the people that visited you, the one that you feared, if you will, was Benji. Not that I'm sure you didn't appreciate the sentiment,
it was
of course.
Wonderful that Benji was trying. Yes, absolutely. But, I was in a state that I just didn't think I could handle.
Which is totally cool, but people don't understand.
Benji.
I wasn't stalking. Robin, you kept giving me a message back like, how about this Friday? Try me this Friday. I think Friday would be good.
And
then I'd write back on Friday.
But I just didn't know what else to say. I mean, how can you say, please stop bothering me. I don't want to see you right now.
I would have been fine just to say, that's lovely. I'll let you know when it's a good time.
Can I jump in here?
I didn't think of that, Benji. Yeah. Now I'll know what to write.
Benji sent me the text exchanges with you. Uh-huh. And the best way I could describe it is Benji was really trying to see you, and you were like a girl who was being pursued by a guy who didn't want to say fuck off. So you'd say, like, maybe next week, but most guys would get it. You were hoping, and they didn't. That's what I got.
It was a specific. Try 5 o'clock on Friday.
Wasn't bad.
I don't think so.
Andy in South Carolina, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, Robin, glad you're back and healthy. For what it's worth, I did offer prayers to that imaginary man in the sky. But the reason I wanted to call was while you were out, it seemed like you were a little more, your opinions were a little stronger and controversial, confrontational with Howard. Am I imagining that? That's before I knew what was going on. You just seemed to be a little more bolder in your opinions. Was that the case when you were out sick?
I don't necessarily think that was the case. I didn't think I was changing in any way. I do know that I sort of abandoned my vow not to emasculate men. I was like, I got to just go on automatic.
So who'd you get? Who do you remember getting?
Well, of course, JD all the time. And there were lots of other people. There were lots of other people. The knife was flying around, wasn't it, Ron?
Yes, it was. even from your house.
Yesterday, when JD left the studio, you said, poor JD. You made a comment about that.
Yeah.
Now, is JD growing up in front of your eyes, do you think, or do you think he needs to grow up a little bit?
JD reminds me of Richard Christie at a certain point in his evolution with the show.
Say JD's eventually going to take stuff in his ass.
But Robin, because I've had this conversation, what changed for Richard?
I don't know exactly when the change occurred, but Richard came out of his shell and he started interacting with the world. His self-esteem elevated, and I think it was when he realized his connection to the show meant a lot to people outside of the show in that world that means something to him.
Now, God help me for saying this because I know I'm going to get shot in the head, but back in the day, way, way, way back in the day, there were some elements of Fred that were JD-like. And what I thought changed for him, and I mean this as a high compliment, was when Fred met a woman that he really loved, it changed him. And I think that was some of it for Richard, too.
But I think Richard wouldn't have even found that woman unless he could get out of his own way. I mean, he had to come out of that shell. Yes, she was right in the office, but he still had to come out.
My point is, I would love to someday find the right woman for JD.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be, there has to be a little more work done on JD before that can happen.
Right.
What type of work? Like, what do you think he needs to do?
Again, he has to start feeling better about himself. You know, he has to start thinking well of himself. I mean, he puts himself down before. The reason he can't finish a sentence is because he's critiquing the sentence before he says it. And then he just gives up on it. So he has to get to a point where he thinks he has a valid opinion. He thinks what he says is worth hearing and that he's an okay guy.
Right. We have to stop introducing him to strippers and prostitutes.
Well, that's another problem because he doesn't know how to talk to women anymore.
Is there anybody who's treated you differently since you've been back, or is it just business as usual? Or
Sal hugs me a lot. You know, I mean, every time he sees me, he hugs me.
does he give you that voice? The voice Sal puts on, his sympathy.
Well, it's not that, he just hugs me. He's got a big grin on his face and he hugs me. So
I wonder how many candles he lit. He looks like that guy's a candle lighter.
He looks like a candle lighter, and he probably talked to that Long Island medium.
Exactly.
I bet you that's what's going on there.
Oh, I can guarantee he's done that.
Oh, for sure.
And then some, right? Early in the show, Howard was talking about the Ventura Stern ticket.
Yes.
And how support has been growing for this. And
well, there was an article. Did he say it was in Forbes magazine?
Forbes, yes.
Oh, okay. I got to take a look at that, see what was actually written.
So it's getting a little traction here, and Howard's like, how am I going to have time to be the vice president of the United States?
Oh, it took him so much.
Goodness.
How much time did it take him when he was running for governor?
Right. Come on. He's got to do it.
He does have to do it, right? And the thing is, I could see Jesse Ventura putting him on the ticket. Like, this is quickly drifting from a bit into reality.
Robin, you're really for it?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
I don't say I would vote for them, but he has to run.
No, but you're really for Howard doing it as a personal thing for his life, that he would enjoy it.
Yes.
Huh.
Listen, I don't think Howard could take the pay cut.
Well, wait a minute. I figure we're going to still be doing everything and he'll be vice
Oh, yeah,
president.
that's going to happen.
We're just moving the show to Blair House.
So radio show, AGT, and
Right,
vice president.
absolutely.
That'd be a very interesting
Has that ever been done before?
Yeah. Back in the 70s,
as
Carter
Jesse
did it.
said, you're not supposed to be a career politician. You're supposed to still continue your regular life.
I could see Howard was just sitting there and he goes, ugh, this fucking re-election. What did I say? Another 4 years. Whose fucking idea was this?
And you're part of the cabinet, I guess.
Absolutely.
Is there a position that you'd want in particular, or just want to be part of the team?
He said you'll be in charge of vegetables, but you could give me the whole food thing, the FDA or the Department of Agriculture.
And what would you institute? What's your platform?
Well, quite frankly, we would go back to old-fashioned farming. Everybody's going to have to become Amish.
I'll tell you what I would not be good at. I would not be a good communicator.